Good evening, everyone. It's Sal, straight for post. How you all doing? And welcome to the live watch along between Canada and South Africa in the last 32 of the World Cup, guys. We're at that stage already. The last 32. What's going on? It's gone so quickly, guys. Well, you know what? This game, obviously, I cannot call. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm looking at this game and I'm thinking, well, we got South Africa. And you know what? In regards to South Africa, they have bounced back phenomenally well after the defeat in the opening game against Mexico. They have done incredibly well to get through this group and get to the last 32. They've shown true character. But Canada, honestly, have been amazing. The way they played football the right way. And they've stormed this group. Let's be real, guys. And they've been absolutely fantastic. Guys, it's an interesting game. I think it's very important that we analyze this game and we can't really predict it. We can't really say that Canada are going to storm this game or South Africa are going to win this game, because at the end of the day, for me, they're a little bit neck and neck in regards to the way they're playing at the moment. And the character is so important in football in regards to, for example, South Africa, the character that they've shown. They've shown true character and true grit to get out of this group. And it's not an easy group. And to get out of it, commendament to them. Of course, guys, I've got the lineups for you guys. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to stream. Guys, before I start, don't forget to smash a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe and all that jazz. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Let's get into the lineups real quickly, guys, of course, in regards to the two. I just want to go through, firstly, let's go into South Africa. Of course, they've got Williams in goal. And the one thing I would say about South Africa is that a lot of the players play in South Africa, notably for Mamelodi Sundowns. They play for a lot of the team play in South Africa. We've got Williams, an experienced goalkeeper. He is in goal, of course, as goalkeepers do. They're playing a 4-2-3-1, by the way, guys. A 4-2-3-1. We got Kuliso Mudau. He plays for Sundowns as well. 31-year-old right back. We got Ocon, who plays for Hannover in Germany. He's a 22-year-old. Now, this guy, guys, I want people to have a look in regards to our scouting mission, because obviously every time we do Man United, every time we do watch-alongs, we're always on a prowl for next Man United signings and next Man United players. One of them we should be looking at is Imi Ocon. This player is, age, experience, everything about this player, playing in Bundesliga at the moment, very good. One to keep an eye on, guys. In regards to Mbokasi, the defense, carrying on, we got Chicago Fire, guys. Mbokasi, the centre-back, 22-year-old. Now, this is what I'm talking. Before the tournament, I spoke about South Africa's defense, and I looked at the couple of centre-backs there. And both of these players, Mbokasi, and, of course, Ocon, I've looked at as potential stars of the future. Looking at the way they defended in this tournament, you cannot disagree that, they're high potential defenders. And I would like Man United to have a look at this, because I remember back in the day in the 90s when Leeds United went out there and purchased Lucas Radebe and players like that. These were legends, of course, ended up becoming legends at Leeds United and stuff like that. So, two centre-backs for South Africa, the ones to look out for, in my opinion, and one Man United should be scouting, in my opinion. The left-back is Modiba, plays for Sundowns as well, guys. They're like the Barcelona of South African football at the moment. If you remember the 2010 Barcelona lineup in guys, the Spain lineup, sorry, and majority of the team was Barcelona. We got Tabaho Makona, who plays for Sundowns as well. There you go. And we got Saito, who plays for Tondela, guys, in, I think it's in Portugal, I believe. Yes. We've got, on the right, we got Masako, who plays for Limassol in Greece. We got Mofokeng, who plays for Orlando Pirates. I grew up obviously watching Man United tour South Africa when in the summer we used to go to South Africa a lot. Orlando Pirates, they were Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. Those are the two teams that I saw. But Sundowns have come out of nowhere in recent years and became the team to look out for. But another player for us to look out for is Mofokeng, the 21-year-old player. Very, very impressive this tournament so far, in my opinion. 21-year-old Orlando Pirates tacker. On the left, we got Apollos, the 24, and again, Orlando Pirates. He's been very impressive as well on the wing, on the left. Very, very good, in my opinion. And look, guys, one thing that has impressed me, like I said at the beginning of the show, one thing that's impressed me a lot is the character, is the personality. That's what I look at when I look at teams. I look at the players. I look at character. I look at personality. and they have shown this in abundance, and I think that cannot be sniffed at. And big up Matt Copa as well, the 26-year-old striker playing for Orlando Pirates as well, guys. Moving on to Canada. Of course, Canada have been one of the most impressive sides in this tournament so far. We've got Crepeau, of course, of Orlando. He plays Orlando, the goalkeeper. They're playing a kind of 4-4-2. I've seen a lot of 4-4-2. Is this the rebirth, guys, of the 4-4-2? What is this? Is the rebirth of the 4-4-2? It could be, because I'm seeing a lot of teams playing 4-4-2 these days. We got the number 2 Johnson, who plays for Celtic, guys. On the right back, we got Bombito, who plays for Nice, of course, Jim Ratcliffe's team. He plays in the centre back position. We got Cornelius, Derek Cornelius, who plays for Glasgow Rangers in Scotland. And we got Laria, who plays for Toronto in Canada, of course. On the right-hand side, we got Buchanan, Tajon Buchanan, who plays for Villarreal in Spain. Very talented player, very talented winger. We got Saliba, not the defender Saliba, but the midfielder Saliba, who I want people to watch out for this guy as well. Nathan Saliba, look out for him, guys, in that middle of the pitch. Anderlecht player, age 22. Look, guys, look, one thing I would say about the World Cup, right? And I said this many times, it's so hard. It's difficult, right? Mentally, and you have to have character. This is why I say, I always say that when these new teams come into the tournament, don't feel too disheartened if you get knocked out, because it takes time, man. It's such a hard tournament. It's mentally draining. And I would liken it to the Champions League when Man United first started to get into the Champions League back in the early 90s. And, weren't doing well. We kept getting knocked out. Of course, the rules changed and that with the foreign rule and stuff like that. But it takes time for you to get that experience to become, a traditional World Cup or traditional Champions League side. And I've looked at this Canada team, and I've looked at a few of the players. Nathan Saliba, one of them, and they've shown character for me, and they've shown personality. And long may it continue for them, of course. Bigger Eustaquao, Stephen Eustaquao plays LAFC, of course, in the USA, of course, guys. And then we got Miller, Liam Miller, not Liam Miller, the legend, of course, God rest his soul, who used to play for Man United. But the whole City player, Liam Miller, who we will be seeing in the Premier League next season, of course, age 26, left winger. And then we got Oluwase. We've got, guys, he plays for Villarreal as well, the 26-year-old forward. And also up front, the legend, that is Jonathan David, of course, linked to Man United numerous amounts of times, guys. He's how many times have we been linked to Jonathan David over the years? It's been incredible, isn't it, at the end of the day, guys? In regards to the bench, we've got Richard Goss, Sifo Chain, Bradley Cross. We got Sebe Lebele, of course, a defender. We've got Indemane, CBC. We've got Makanya, Kabini, Matulidi, Adams, Mbafa, Reyners, Foster, Marimi, and Zwami at the back. And then in regards to, as substitutes, in regards to Canada, we've got Sinclair, Goodman, Jones, Davies, Waterman, Fugroles, Sigur, Osorio, Choinere. Of course, they got a lot of French influence in Canada, of course. Ali Ahmed. We got Larine, Schaffelberg, Nelson, David, and Kone. Those are the things, guys. Absolutely. This is the knockout stage, guys. So at the end of the day, the knockout stage is looking like this right now. So Canada play South Africa today. If they win this game, they could play the winner between Holland and Morocco. So it's looking like that. And then after that, they can end up playing France, Sweden, Germany, or Paraguay in that round, guys. So look, that side is listen, this is quite favorable. Apart from Germany, no, I wouldn't say favorable, to be honest with you. You've got France in that side of the group, but France and Germany. But the next game, I mean, you got a quarterfinal, potential last 16, I think, guys, against Holland and Morocco. It's so confusing there because at the end of the day, I'm not used to the last 32. I'm not used to the last 32 thing going on. This is a new thing for me. This is my favorite stadium, guys. I've been adopted to this stadium. Dallas was my initial favorite stadium in regards to this the World Cup, and now it is this stadium here. It is the LA stadium. This one in LA is, I think, phenomenal stadium. I think it's a real phenomenal stadium, in my opinion. I think it's amazing. I think this should host the World Cup final. There's two. I think there's Azteca and this. These are the two stadiums I think that we should be hosting the World Cup final, not the MetLife. Absolutely not. Big up everyone in the community. Hope everyone is doing well. Big up Bobby, you legend. Hope you're doing well. Mark, you legend. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope everything is good with you. Hey, Sal, I'm doing well, my friend. I've been traveling. I just got back from Dubai. I've been in Dubai doing a bit of work over there. I don't like how United are dragging on their feet on players unless they're bored. We are not improving. Big up, Sal. Big up. Look, mate, you know what I was saying, Marky? You're exactly the same as me. You know, it's frustration every time I wake up in the morning. I'm annoyed. I'm fed up. I'm disillusioned, however you want to say it. You know, at the end of the day, we're going to get into a battle with Spurs. For Mateus Fernandes. Mateus Fernandes has chosen, obviously, Manchester United. However, Spurs want to pull up the money. And at the end of the day, in football, money talks. That's the most important thing. You know, if Tottenham are willing to pay the money, and then, you know, what can Man United do if they don't pull out the money? He's going to go to Spurs, isn't it? Whether he likes it or not. He is trying to lower the fee. He is trying to negotiate the fee with the club. There is talk about a strike as well. That is in the distance. We don't want that, of course, guys, because that is just ridiculous. But there is talk about that as well. So, yeah, look, you know, Man United need to get a move on. Look, guys, next week is the 1st of July, right? And we've got no excuses after that. I know there's that excuse there that, oh, you've got to wait to the fiscal year, the financial year to reset and da. Nah, next week, there you go. It's reset. Then we have to start getting moving on, of course, because we've got so much work to do, of course, guys. Absolutely. Big up the legends in the house, by the way. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. I really appreciate you all, of course. You're absolute diamonds, guys. We are getting into the nitty-gritty now. We're getting into the seriousness now, where it starts getting a little bit more competitive in regards to knockout football. And, guys, listen, for the first time in this tournament, we can have penalties. We can have extra time. Goodness me, we can. It's that time of year. We're going to get a few, isn't we? It's inevitable. There's good. Yeah, we could have extra time. We could have penalties here today, guys. Absolutely. But may the best team win. Big up Bafana, and big up Canada as well, guys. Great nations. And I wish them all the best for this game, guys. And I wish them the best for the tournament, of course. Absolutely. We got a number of, obviously, tomorrow we got the watch-alongs for all the last 32s, of course, guys. Maybe barring one or two, but yeah, we got all of them going on. And then obviously to the last 16. I remember the World Cup used to be 32 teams, didn't it? It used to be 32 teams back in the day. Now they're even thinking about increasing it even further. That's what makes it crazy, isn't it? When you're thinking about it, even thinking about increasing the even further. Absolutely. Big up everyone in the stream. Smash those likes, guys. If you could do that for me, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Get those likes up. Let's get the viewers up. Let's get everything going on, of course, guys. Big up everyone in the stream. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Absolutely legends, of course, guys. And yes, as I said, love the stadium. And my prediction for this game, it's going to be a difficult one for me. This is a difficult one for me to predict, but I am going to go Canada. I'm going to go Canada to win 2-1. That's what I'm going to go. Today, I'm going to go for Canada to win 2-1. Let me know what your scores are going to be. Let me know what your predictions are going to be, legends. Please, guys. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Absolutely. And I'm glad. I'm delighted to see a World Cup with so much different variety of nations this time, not the norm. It is good, of course. When you get, a lot of the teams are going to fall. And I want to say congratulations to Africa, of course, who've gotten, was it how many? 80% of the teams have gone through. Fantastic. Tunisia, a bit of the duckling in there at the end of the day. But yeah, congratulations. Bobby says Canada 2-0. I can see Canada winning. I can see Canada winning this game. I do say 2-1, but I can see Canada winning this game. I think it's not home advantage, by the way, guys. Just to let you know, this is in Los Angeles. Now, this is one of the things that I was confused about because the USA are not moving away from a USA, but Canada are moving away from Canada, and Mexico are going to move away from Mexico. I don't quite understand that, to be honest with you. I think home nations should mean home nations, and the home nations should play in the home nations, of course, in my opinion. Absolutely, because obviously the USA are not moving away from the USA. Hugo Ross is the manager of South Africa, guys. We are ready. Obviously, Jesse March. We all remember Jesse March, don't we? As in the Premier League, don't we? It was a bit of like what is it? Ted Lasso of Premier League football, wasn't he? At the end of the day, exactly, Bobby. There you go. You said it. Yeah. They can't go away from home. Ooh, I mean, they have to stay in the USA. They don't want to move away. Guys, just to let you know, England will be playing Congo. My home nation will be playing Democratic Republic of Congo. I get more used to saying that. I still haven't got used to saying that. Even I've done the AFCON and that Watchalong as well. They will be playing England in the next round, guys, and that, England could possibly be playing Mexico. We're underway, guys, in this game. Let's go. May the best team win. South Africa against Canada, the first of the last 32 games, guys. So looking forward to this one. Absolutely. South Africa earlier on with the ball here. Sal, what are your thoughts of England yesterday? Same as ever. Boring. Lack of ideas. Uninspiring. This is why I didn't do the watch along for England, because I knew it would be like that. And didn't I say 2-0 to England? And I predicted the game. If you look before the game, guys, I predicted the England game against Panama exactly how it turned out. I said it will be about 50 minutes. England would score, and then England would win 2-0. I said it. That's what happened. It was about one thing I want to see England, because I don't judge England on games against Ghana or games against Panama. I judge them against the big teams, because people think football deals with absolutes, right? They think that, oh, you drew against Cape Verde or you drew against Ghana. People think that's going to be the telling point of you winning the World Cup or not winning the World Cup. So Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia the last World Cup, as we know. So it doesn't mean that. The thing is, I think England will thrive more when a team comes up against them, who wants to attack, who wants to be more adventurous and things like that. I think England would do better like that. Anyway, here come Canada. Canada wearing all black today, guys. They're coming out on the counter attack here in the middle, through the middle. Looks like a quick start from Canada. It's very important that South Africa keep their heads today. Obviously, in the first game against Mexico, we didn't have hope for them, did we? In the first game, everyone's saying, well, what a poor performance. But they bounced back very, very well, of course. Absolutely. Here come Canada. Canada started quite brightly. Here's a throw into Canada on the near side here. They started brightly, as you expect them to do, of course, guys. Saliba already in action for Canada. There you go. Throwing comes in, and it's going to be a goal kick to South Africa. It's going to be a goal kick. I do like that Canada jersey, by the way. I do like that Canada jersey. Absolutely. So just looking at the fixtures, guys. Today, we've got South Africa against Canada. Brazil against Japan tomorrow, guys. That is going to be a game. Brazil against Japan. And then we got Germany, Paraguay. We got Holland against Morocco. Ivory Coast against Norway. France, Sweden. Look, to be honest with you, some of them I could just say they're going to go through. Sweden have got... Can I just say something? And I might be proven wrong, but this is an outcry to Sweden, right? Sweden have got no chance. Let me just say that. They're going out against France. Mexico against Ecuador. Interesting game. Ecuador are no slouches. That's going to be an interesting game. England against Congo. One thing I would say about Congo, defensively, very astute. Very astute. Very hard to break down. And also they drew against Portugal in this tournament, so no mugs. Belgium against Senegal. What a game that is. That's going to be an interesting game. USA, Bosnia. I expect USA to go through in that game. I really do. Spain against Austria. Spain, expect them. But let's not forget, I think it was 2000. Was it 2010 or something like that? Austria have knocked out Spain before. I think they've knocked out Spain before in one tournament. Portugal, Croatia, and Switzerland, Algeria, Australia against Egypt, Argentina against Cape Verde, and Colombia against Ghana. I think the whole world are supporting Canada. FM's going for 3-1 to Canada. Yeah, look, at the moment, they're dominating the game, as I expect them to do. I expect them to dominate at the moment. They're very potent. Here, Buchanan. Buchanan with the ball. Passes it infield to Miller. Miller back to Buchanan. Buchanan, the number 17, of course. Who plays in Spain for Villarreal. It's going to be a free kick to South Africa here. It's going to be a free kick to South Africa. South Africa just need to keep their heads. They're better than they think. And one thing I would say about most teams is that you are better than you think. Never underestimate yourself or sell yourself short. And I say the same against Man United every single week. You're better than you think. You know what I mean? I do say that quite a lot, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Big up, Gregory. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Yeah, so at the moment, it is backs against the wall for South Africa. But as we know with South Africa, they do come out of their shell a bit like midway through the first half. I expect them to come out of the shell. Long ball here. way out to the left here. No, it's going to be a throw-in, guys. It was a long ball that aimed at a Polis. A Polis, of course, has been very impressive for South Africa so far in this tournament. He's on the left-hand side, and he's one of their danger men. A lot of it does come from the left. A lot of their play does come from the left, to be honest with you. But I am very impressed with Mbukazi and Okon in the centre backs for South Africa. Keep an eye on them, guys, and also Mafokeng. Keep an eye on those players. 3 players I've scouted already. South Africa: Okon, Mbukazi, and Mafokeng. Those 3 players, very impressed with them so far this tournament. Colombia look very good at this World Cup. They always do, Ephraim. Ever since I was younger, Colombia have always looked like, could they do something? Oh, here comes South Africa. Here they come. No, they've slowed it down a little bit. It's a chance here for South Africa. They're getting in there. But this is why Canada have to be so careful, of course, in regards to the counterattacks. And that shot straight at the goalkeeper parried. Didn't need to parry it there. Cleared away a little bit panic stations for Canada there. They're going to take it forward, though. Yeah, it's won back by the defender. Whoa, there's a lot of scrappiness going on in this game so far. It's not very in the way of talent, but that goalkeeper looked a little bit nervous on that shot, to be honest with you. Gotta hold that. Now, what I would say about Colombia, Ephraim, Colombia always impress. Whenever I was growing up, whether it's Valderrama, Faustino Esprilla, whoever it was, they've always impressed. However, when they get into the latter stages, they sort of drop. I mean, it's up to them, at the end of the day. I hope they do well, of course, as I do with every team apart from England. Obviously, I want England to win the World Cup. But they've got Colombia the next game. Have got, let me just have a look. So they've got Ghana. I think they'll go through on that one. I think they'll beat Ghana. Look, I want Argentina at the World Cup. I don't want another sinister setup. Look at the fixture list for Argentina. Can I say anything more? It's actually weird, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's like it's set up, at the end of the day. But yeah, I would much rather a Colombia or Ecuador, someone like that rather than Argentina, to be honest with you. Definitely. Mexico. Yeah. Mexico are going to be a very difficult team to play against. England might have them in the last 16. Big up, Mandem. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Hope everyone is well. Here we come, Canada. Canada on the right with Buchanan. Buchanan. Is that a corner? No, it's a goal kick. I do rate this stadium. I keep talking about this stadium. I do rate this stadium. This is my favorite stadium of the tournament. Guys, this is my favorite stadium. Absolutely. So. Martinez was on full watch when managed Belgium. The same can be said when he's Portugal. This is the problem, isn't it? Do you know what, Mandem? You are the epitome of what your manager is. The players do play a part, but I just find Martinez patronizing. I don't know if anyone remembers back in the day, there used to be a program on Sky Sports called Revista de la Liga. Right, and Roberto Martinez used to be the host of Revista de la Liga, right? Here come Canada. Corner to Canada. He used to be the host of Revista de la Liga. And I always found him, I thought he was a nice guy, sort of thing, because he comes across really nice. He used to play in the lower divisions in England, Roberto Martinez, like Wigan and things like that, when they were in the third division, second division. So he had the experience on that. And then he obviously went to Swansea. I gave him a chance. However, I would say that I always felt the Belgium team was overrated. I would say that, right? But he didn't do well with Belgium. He got to one semi-final, so did Southgate. Boo-hoo. At the end of the day. But I think he's an incredibly overrated manager. Now, I don't understand what it is, but why he keeps getting these big jobs. Corner comes in, it's going to be cleared away by South Africa. I don't know why he keeps getting these big jobs. You know what I mean? It's like Gattuso of Italy. He's got a 40% win record, but seems to get all the jobs at Marseille now. he seems to be getting all the big jobs. It's a bit like Roberto Martinez. I don't know if you have to be signed up to some sort of management group. I don't know, but Roberto Martinez is very underwhelming for me. This is why I don't think Portugal will win the tournament, because of Roberto Martinez. Because at the end of the day, people could say manager this, players this, players that. But as we know, managers make the right decisions at the right time. We know all too well with Sir Alex Ferguson, don't we? Great managers make the right decisions at the right times. Here comes South Africa on the left-hand side, foul. Yeah, I was just down the road in Dubai, Gregory. Yeah, it was lovely. I was on the Palm Island. It was beautiful. And yeah, it's always good to be back in just down the road, really. I didn't travel abroad. It was just down the road, of course, an hour away. Absolutely. So why do you think Mainu did not get a chance? Because Tuchel is a prat, basically. There's such a thing. Let me just say something. I supported Tuchel, by the way, when he got the job. I thought, okay, you know what? He's won a Champions League, fair play. I'm not going to take that away from him. But there's such a thing. You can be, you know, there's such a thing as being smart, clever, and being just a prat, being an idiot. I think this squad selection, as proven, has been slapped him right on the face with a wet salmon. He's absolutely effed it up already. In regards to the squad, everyone knew Reece James was an injury-prone player. Everyone knew, and everyone could have called that, you know, before, you know, and everyone knew England needed a creative spark. Sometimes when games are a little bit tight, you know, like the Ghana game, you need that little bit of creative spark. This is what I'm saying. England have built a team of a counter-attack team. That's what Tuchel's brought to the tournament. He hasn't brought a possession-based team, right? He's brought a counter team. Eze, Rashford, Morgan, you know, Saka. These are all counter players who go in the counter attack. They're not players who are going to tactically keep the ball and little intricate little passes here and there. Now, this is why I don't think he plays Mainu. I don't think he's a fan of the technical, gifted player, right? And he's only picking him because of that. But the fact that Henderson came on before Mainu yesterday is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And he's an absolute idiot. Here come Canada. Oh, it's a good turn, but he sort of overtouched it there. It is embarrassing, to be honest with you. You know, I'll be real. And to be fair, I gave him a chance, but you know that he's bordering stupidity. You know, and I don't know what's wrong with these managers. You know, I mean, look, Henderson's a cheerleader. So basically, he's bought Saka, who's not fit. You've got Reece James, who's everyone knows is injury prone, and then you've got Henderson, who's a cheerleader, right? So there's 3 positions right there. There's 3 already out of the squad, right? And you get a limited amount of players. He could have bought Morgan Gibbs-White. He could have bought Lewis Hall. He could have bought Adam Wharton. He could have bought Phil Foden. He needed one of Phil Foden. People may disagree, but Cole Palmer turns up. He turned up in the Euros final for England, right? That we have to admit that. You know, he scored a goal against Spain. Here comes South Africa. Good chance. Just a little bit. They kept the ball here. They still got the ball, South Africa. Yeah, on the left-hand side. Yeah, they're getting back into the game. Good little piece of play here. Nice. Little back heel. Good tackle from Canada. They're playing well, South Africa, so far, to be honest with you. You know. And this is the thing. You know, and if you're a smart ass, if you're a smart ass, right, and you think you're going to go into the World Cup and put Henderson in the World Cup ahead of players that deserve to be there. Listen, guys, look, no matter what people think, Adam Wharton should be at that World Cup. He won a Conference League with Crystal Palace, right? He should be there. What has Henderson done for Brentford this year? Please explain to me. I don't get this. I don't get it. And, you know, when I saw the squad, it annoyed me, angered me. Why do you think I'm not doing Watchalong? I didn't do the Watchalong last night. Fed up, because at the end of the day, you can't play. First of all, you can't play Anderson and Rice together. It's too similar, right? It's too similar. He's gone with basically haram ball tactics. So basically, he's gone with counter-attacking football. He's wants counter-attacking football. This is why he doesn't want to play Kobe Mainu. It's exactly why he doesn't play Kobe. It's because he wants counter-attacking football. Boring haram ball. That's what it is at the end of the day. Now, if he wins the World Cup, then genius, innit? But I just don't think so, because I'm looking at that squad I'm looking at that team, and defensively, I don't see. I understand. I just don't defensively. I think they're going to concede goals. That's the thing. I think they're going to see goals. I don't look at that defense and think, oh, solid. Do you know what I mean? You know, good little flick on. There you go. Mandem, saw a report that apparently he's on his way to Al Nasser too. Who's that? Who's on the way to Al Nasser, Mandem? Oh, Martinez. Here come Canada on the right-hand side. Richard, not playing Mainu is pathetic. He should pack his bags and fly home. So we have to wait and see, Richard. If he does well at if he does well and he gets England to the latter stages, you know, what can you say? You congratulate and you say, imagine he wins the World Cup, then you can't say nothing. But if he gets knocked out, then he's going to get the fingers pointed at him, isn't he? At the end of the day. There is a growing trend here about Mainu. He's not the first manager to drop Mainu. Why is that? Why does Mainu keep getting dropped by certain managers? You know, I don't mind players being dropped. I don't mind, honestly, even Man United players, but only if it's for Anderson, Declan Rice, Wharton. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? But for Henderson, I don't accept that. I think that's a conspiracy. I think that's an agenda. I really do. Chance wide, Canada, good chance there. Even rivals are calling for Mainu to be played, but we said this, decisions made by Chucho don't make any sense. That's why it's a wait and see how the lads perform. Yeah, look, he's left himself in a very, very precarious position, Mandem. You know, he's left himself in a position where if he gets this wrong, people are going to throw the knives at him. If he picked the right squad, it won't be as much pressure on him. But now, because he's picked this squad and he's brought a cheerleader to the squad. Listen, if you wanted Henderson as a cheerleader, put him on your coaching staff. Don't bring him into the squad and take up a position. Now, England don't have a right back. England don't have a right back. Can you believe in the World Cup? England don't have a right back. No Reece James. Trent is left at home, right? Kwanzaa is injured. He's not even a right back anyway, Kwanzaa. You know, Riley doesn't play there. Who you got now? The only thing that Tuchel can do, if he's a clever manager, the only thing I would do if I was him, I'll play 5 at the back, play Saka as a right wing back. That's what I would do. You know, because he ain't got a right back. He can't play the fullback. So the only thing I would do if I was him, I'd move to a 3 at the back, play Saka as a right wing back, obviously, and play O'Reilly as a left wing back. That's what I do. Because you can't play with Chalobah as a right back. Do you know what I mean? And plays that. You can't do that. So I would change the formation if he's smart enough, you know, and maybe do it against Congo. They will give England a game, of course. DR Congo. I think England will win, though. Reason I think England will win is because Congo are not very good at scoring goals. They're very blunt. You know, I think England will win 2-0. But this is not where I judge England. But if he gets knocked out by Congo, he's got to pack his bags and he's got to go, hasn't he? I think England have played, you know, obviously got used to playing. Obviously the blessing of England playing Ghana. You know, it's a similar thing, of course. But Congo are better than Ghana at this moment in time, although I would not underrate Ghana. I think Ghana have a couple of players like Semenyo who are better than Congo. Congo, of course, have Wisa playing for them, and obviously Wan-Bissaka. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, absolutely. And they have him playing for them. So I don't think they're going to be a threat to England. I think the only thing that Congo could do is nullify England, like a 0-0. But I think England have learned their lesson in regards to the way they play. I think that proved it against Panama when they didn't play the double pivot. They played, obviously, one pivot in Anderson, and that's it at the end of the day. But it's going to be a game to watch. I don't think Congo are going to come out and start, you know, pounding England's goal. I think they're going to do what Ghana did, exactly that, and play a low block and try and counter England. I think in general, I don't go with FIFA rankings. I don't believe in FIFA rankings. I think Ghana are more dangerous than Congo. And England kind of, some say we should have lost, but England kind of nullified them pretty easily. I don't see a Semenyo in Congo's team. I know this might sound disrespectful, but I know Wisa plays for Congo, but I don't see a Semenyo kind of player in their team like Ghana's got. You know what I mean? Ghana have got a few players in that squad who are like quite good. You know what I mean? I don't see that with Congo. I think England will win that. And I think I've said it from the beginning. I think the last 16, look, England, I remember 1990, and people were talking about Cameroon, when Cameroon were at the World Cup in 1990, and England really struggled to beat them. And, notoriously, England struggled to beat. I mean, obviously, this reminds me of also 2022 when England played Senegal, if you remember, and England defeated them 3-0. Everyone was saying England are going to lose to Senegal, but England beat them 3-0, and it was. I just feel like the occasion is more suited for England, and I think England will win that game. However, England against Mexico potentially is a much more sterner test. If you want to be a winner of a World Cup, right, you got to beat teams like Mexico. You got to go to Mexico and you got to win. That's to be the best. You got to beat the best, and I've always believed that. At the end of the day, guys, it's 20 minutes gone, 0-0 between South Africa and Canada in this game. It's kind of South Africa doing really well. I mean, I've watched it. I mean, obviously got one eye on the game, and South Africa are keeping the ball well, but there are dangerous moments for Canada as well. Canada look a little bit more dangerous up front. It's a free kick here for them, of course. There's a few actresses. Yeah, there, guys. Few actresses in the stadium. Mandem. People are already calling him Tuchel Arteta. Yeah. So yeah. But at least he won the Champions League, unlike Mr. Arteta, didn't he? Sal, is this the only match on today? Yes, Gregory. The next match is tomorrow. Japan against Brazil tomorrow evening. Where I am. I don't know what time it is. You probably in the morning, but it's in the evening tomorrow. We got Japan against Brazil tomorrow, guys. That's it. It's a free kick to Canada. It's going to be a free kick to Canada, guys. You do feel the first goal in this game is so important. Cross comes in, free header. Oh, it's a big chance for Canada. I cannot believe he's missed it. Can't believe he missed that. My goodness me. What a chance for Canada. Goodness me. It was Oluwase as well, the Villarreal striker. He missed that. It was a free header. Can't believe he didn't get that. But here comes South Africa on the right-hand side. Big chance here. They got big chance. He's going to cut in. No, he's done too much. He needs to get that ball into the box. Chance for South Africa. Well blocked. Reminder. South Africa are reminding Canada that, you know what? We're not just going to sit back here. We're going to attack as well. We're going to go for it as well. But that was a big chance for Canada. And likewise for South Africa. He should have picked up the ball a little bit earlier there, guys. A Polis. No, that was Maseko. Sorry. As long as England players are willing to feed the ball to Harry Kane, they will score goals. They will, but it's not. You can't just rely on one player. This is the thing. England haven't got that ability. That's the thing. England don't. It's not just about Harry Kane. England have got good quality around the pitch. It's not just about Harry Kane. Bellingham plays a big role. And as well, and players like that. We can't just rely on Harry Kane and you think everything's going to be okay. It's not. That's not how football works. Harry Kane is null and void if you don't get the ball to him. But sometimes I've seen it in numerous amounts of tournaments. That Harry Kane can go missing, especially in the latter stages. And England need another avenue, and they haven't got that. But England will go through against Congo, I think, and then we'll have to wait and see what happens from there. I think if England defend well, I would say, do you know what I mean? They'll do all right. Mexico were not England out in the last 16 as the game were attitude. Mexico. So I wouldn't say that, Richard. No, I wouldn't say that. I don't believe in all that altitude nonsense. I've been there. No. I don't believe in it. I don't think England will do this, will do that. I don't deal with things. You see, when in football, right? I don't come in and say someone's going to do this and will do that, because that also becomes an agenda, doesn't it? How do you know that? Put your money where your mouth is. Do it. You know what I mean? They're not. I don't think that'd be the case. England are much more better quality team than Mexico, man for man. Every single player, even without a right back, right? They've got bloody Jimenez up front, for crying out loud. I'm talking about Mexico as a 17-year-old being their main player, in regards to Gilberto Mora and things like that. I don't think England will struggle. I think it won't be an easy game, but I think England will win the game. I think the experience will tell. I don't believe in this altitude thing and stuff like that. No, every team can play in that. I mean, Serbia gave them a good game. In the end, they lost, but they gave him a good game. Big up, Hussein. Hope you're doing well. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Absolutely. Big up, Kieran. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again. We got a hydration break here, guys. It doesn't matter, Gregory. These players are, let me tell you something about top elite sport, Gregory. Let me just tell you something about top elite sport that not many people understand, right? I worked in football. They would have prepared for that. They can prepare for that in training. They've got the facilities to prepare for that in the gym. They can prepare for altitude. Have you ever heard of altitude training? Have you ever heard of that? They're prepared for it. Don't worry. I'm not worried about Mexico. You worry about yourself. I'm not worried about Mexico. If you can't beat Mexico, you don't deserve to win the World Cup. It's as simple as that. Mexico have no World Cup legacy, so I expect them to win. Argentina versus Cape Verde, or then Australia and Egypt, definitely all about Messi in this World Cup. Like you said, Sal. Jay, there's no coincidence here. I said it. People think I come on here and talk nonsense, right? There's no coincidence. This has been set up for him. They've balanced it on the most likely scenario. No matter what happened in that group, they've made it to the point where it's easy for him to get to at least the semi-final. And then obviously in the semi-final, it's a lottery in it, and we saw this last World Cup. I said this, it's almost like we're not talking crap on this channel, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, so I really do think he will get to the semi-final. I've already looked at Argentina in the semi. I've already looked at that. I don't see anything beyond that. I don't see them being knocked out by Australia. Forget about it. Argentina reserves could beat Australia. Sorry, but it's just, at the end of the day, they can. And I just feel like some teams have got a rough end of the stick. Some people haven't. And like I said, I won't start taking this tournament seriously. Last 16, quarterfinal, and semi-final. At the end of the day. In regards to like for example, the big teams, like people think that they use this altitude thing. I don't have this loser mentality. I've never had that in my life. Like, oh my goodness me, we're gonna play on altitude. So Mexico have been to England before. They played football in low altitude. What the, who cares? I mean, I don't care about that. No, you win the World Cup, you win in any atmosphere, anywhere in the world. Great teams will do it. Great teams will win. Then, if Mexico was so great, how comes they didn't win the 1986 World Cup? No. The World Cup used to be a festival of football that has just become a long ball boring. It's a little bit boring. Some of the games, yeah. Quality is. It's. I said it yesterday. It's the tournament of the low block. I said it yesterday, Richard. It's the tournament of the low block. I think a lot of teams are trying to not lose rather than being brave and trying to win. Do you know what I mean? Guys, what's my prediction? I said 2-1 to Canada, Kieran. That's what I said. Big up, Danny B. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're well. Good to see you. I did say 2-1 to Canada. I stick by that. Although it is a tough game for Canada. And I think that South Africa are very much in this game. The great thing about what I like about South Africa today is that they're actually going for it, as well as defending well, but going forward when they have an opportunity to go forward. I think this is a good sign, of course, as well. Do you know what I mean? I would say definitely. Here comes South Africa. Yeah, the final ball needs to be a little bit more clinical, in my opinion. You think 2-0 to Kieran? You never know, but good luck to you, Kieran. Best of luck to Bafana all day. Good to see you. I hope you do well. And I wish you nothing but the best. It is, for me, at this moment where I sit right now, what I've seen in this game, I think it's level. It's 50-50 at the moment. I had predicted this before the game. Remember, Canada are not at home. They're in Los Angeles. They are not at home. They're far away from home at the moment, unless they want to go to Vancouver. But they are far away from home at the moment. Absolutely. They adjust the draw to be Argentina versus Portugal quarterfinal, but Portugal finished second. There's something sinister going on, Hussein. I think they want Argentina to go through it. I don't trust things anymore. I don't know. Maybe become a conspiracy theorist, but they don't. I don't trust this system. I don't. I mean, everyone could predict it. Why didn't I looked at Colombia and Portugal yesterday? It's almost like they were content with a draw or something. You know what I mean? I think they want Portugal, Argentina in the final or in the semi-final. That's what I want. I don't know if they could play in the semi-final, but they want Argentina, Portugal, Ronaldo versus Messi. Guys, I'm calling you as it is, right? I'm calling you what I think right now. They want Ronaldo, Messi final or semi-final. They want a Ronaldo, Messi final, semi-final. Trust me, guys, on this one. Remember what I said to you right now. That's why they adjusted it. That's why Portugal didn't even try yesterday to beat Colombia. It was 0-0. They didn't try, right? They want a Messi, Ronaldo final. Chance, good cross safely in the hands of the Canada goalkeeper here. Yeah, still 0-0 here in Los Angeles. Big up, Marcus, my friend. How you feeling, my friend? Are you enjoying the game? Hope you're doing well. Still 0-0. I think it's been a 50-50 so far. I honestly think that both teams are going forward. You know, Canada started very well, but they've Suffolk sinister. Gregory Suffolk is. I don't trust it anymore. Like after I saw Arsenal's title win last season, I don't trust. Like I haven't trusted football for a long time. I do think sinister things happen. It's not like what people don't understand, right? Is like someone will bring to you, like in regards to 2022 when Argentina won the World Cup, someone would say, "Oh yeah, but if that's the case, how did they lose to Saudi Arabia and how did they draw 3-3 against France?" And I said, "Well, listen, like guys, it's not about fixing the game. It's basically about giving the opportunity for them to have a better opportunity to win. It's not necessarily making it obvious. You can't just fix a game. It's too obvious. You make a game out so that eventually they'll get through, right? Eventually, just about squeeze through, but you make it realistic too. You know what I mean? You make it realistic too. And I felt that in 2022. And you're looking at this, and I've said at the beginning of the tournament, I can see the Messi Ronaldo final. I mean, but obviously looking at Portugal, you might think, well, Portugal are rubbish. They haven't played well. It's just something about it, you know. It's just something about it that makes me think this is a little bit crazy. It's a little bit sinister. Something sinister is going on. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to think like this, but you know, this system sucks. Why second play second or so? It's not fair, Hussein, because what I said, hear me out, guys. How this tournament should have been. If you wanted the third place teams to go through, 8 of the third place teams, right? Why didn't they do this? Guys, hear me out. Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they have a third place playoff? Why didn't all the third place team go into this playoff, right? Like a mini tournament within the tournament, right? Go into a playoff and play each other, and then the winner of that tournament go through. Why did they have to do? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Honestly, it really doesn't. They should have done all the best third place teams play each other in another round, and then go on to the next round. Of course, that's what it is. I mean, but I don't understand how one team could play a second team, one team could play a third team. You're absolutely right. Hussein, I always believe in fair game. I've always believed in fair game. You can't have one team playing the second team when they come first or third come. It should be the first play the third, or the first play the second. That's it. The first play the second, the third place go into a playoff. That's it. All of them go into a playoff, and whoever wins that playoff, that's it. Because back in the day, in the other World Cups, there used to be 1 or 2 best third place. That was it. You know, that was it. We've got a team like Iran who didn't lose a game, who are out of the tournament. Do you think that's fair? That a team like Iran, who was robbed, in my opinion, especially against Belgium, there was an offside, it wasn't offside, they should be through to the next round. Or they should be given another opportunity to be in the next round. You know, so if you really wanted to determine who was the best third place team, play a playoff. It's just so easy, simple. You know, play a playoff. Why do some go through and some don't? How do you think that's fair on other teams? Some teams' groups is harder. No, it's not fair. I just don't think it's fair game. You know, here come Canada. Canada, good chance. Bit of space opening up here. Striker there, shot straight at the goalkeeper. Richard, any updated transfer news? I get my updates every single morning, Richard. I get obviously wake up in the morning. I ring up my peeps. Nothing at the moment. It's Sunday, so nothing will be very potent at the moment in regards to transfer news. Here come. Oh, he slipped there. South Africa. A Polish. Is it a Polish? No, it's a case. No. It's a big week. The financial year resets, the fiscal year resets, and that excuse is going to be out the window now. So that little excuse that everyone likes to make about the financial year, the fiscal year, is it the first on Wednesday? The day England play Congo, isn't it the first on Wednesday? So there's no excuses anymore. There needs to be action. There needs to be work done. Jay, Japan against Brazil is one of my favorite knockout games. I could definitely see the Japan win. I've been disappointed with Japan in this tournament, Jay. Like I said before the tournament, I said you can't judge friendly games, and I said this, and I've been proven that they've been pretty disappointing, to be honest with you. And when you look at things realistically, and you look at things from the point of view of their squad, none of the Japan team are playing for elite clubs. They're like, a lot of them are playing like lower clubs. And I was shocked by that, apart from Kubo and a couple of players there, probably Kamado plays for Crystal Palace, and things like that, who was carried by Adam Wharton. And I think Brazil will win, bro. Honestly, Jay, I think Brazil will win. I think Brazil will win. I think Brazil got the quality. I think they've got Ancelotti. I think they'll win 2-0. I don't think it's going to be an easy game, but that's just my prediction. I'm not the oracle of football. But the one thing I would say is that, I think Brazil will win. I think the quality will shine through. They just got more quality about them. Guys, listen, if England don't win the World Cup, at the end of the day, I'm supporting everyone apart from Argentina. That's what I'm doing. So I'm supporting everyone. I'm supporting anyone apart from Argentina. I don't care. Here comes South Africa. The number 7, the Polish. It's a corner to South Africa. He could have got the ball in. He had a lot of people running up there. Good clearance from Bambito there, the defender. Good tackle, Bambito. I mean, he looks good, this defender, to be honest. I am impressed with a few of the Canadian defenders. No, I'm really impressed. It's a goal kick. It's not a corner. Well played. I'm really impressed with the South Africa back two. And the South Africa back two, 20-year-old and 22-year-old. Ocon is 22 years old. And Bakazi's 20 years old. So I'm looking at that and thinking, they're good defenders, man. They're playing in the World Cup. You know what character it takes to play in the World Cup to, you know what I mean? Absolutely. Gregory, FIFA is corrupted. It's very core, demonstrated by biased officiating in the Portugal game. FIFA has always been corrupted, but it's nothing to do with I would like you to say that in the Argentina game, because I did hear you saying that in the Argentina game when Messi should have been sent off, Gregory. And the 2021-22 World Cup as well. There's so many sinister things that's gone. I mean, look at the penalties for Argentina. It's geared towards that. And if you think about it smartly, you think about it politically, and you'll know why. You'll get your answer. Beef Bully, Sal, yes, Messi v Ronaldo now can only happen in the final. That's what they want, Beef. That's what they want. They want Messi, Ronaldo final. Trust me. And they're going to advertise it, commercialize it into Messi versus Ronaldo. I've got this feeling. I've had this feeling before the tournament. Messi, Ronaldo, Portugal against Argentina final. They've had it in their head for ages. And this is what I'm saying. It is a word setup, Kieran. Absolutely. Austria versus Algeria yesterday was suspicious, definitely. Can I say something? Algeria would have played Spain if they came top of the group. There were Algerian fans celebrating the equalizer from Austria. There were Algerian fans celebrating because basically, instead of playing Spain in the next round, Algeria would be playing Switzerland, right? But in football, right? Let me just say so. Football will slap you in the face. If you think that you're going to beat Switzerland and avoid Spain, I mean, you're all good, all everything is all gravy, you will get slapped up by Switzerland and then you're going to regret it. There were Algerian fans celebrating coming second in the group, celebrating Austria equalizing because they will avoid Spain and Austria will play Spain. So now Switzerland will play Algeria, Austria will play Spain in the next round. This is what I'm talking about. Loserville. Come on, man. To be the best, you got to beat the best. When I was growing up watching Man United dominate, I didn't care who we played in the Champions League. I had no care. I didn't have a care in the world who we played. Juve, Inter, Real Madrid. I didn't care. I knew you were going to come up against those teams anyway. And you know, at the end of the day, I mean, for me, it's not about competing. It's not about taking part that counts. It's about winning. You know, and you're going to play Spain. You're going to play Argentina. You're going to play Brazil. You're going to play them anyway. So you might as well play them early, right? And one thing I've learned about football, yeah, is that if you beat one of those teams in the last 16 or the last 8 or the last 32, what confidence does that give you as a team? Imagine England played Portugal next, and England were one position away from playing Portugal. If England came second, they would have played Portugal in the next round, okay? Imagine England played Portugal, right? And England beat Portugal and knocked out the favourites, one of the favourites. What confidence does that do for the team? You know? Exactly. You know, and we knocked out Portugal. Yeah. You know, rather than thinking, yeah, well, we beat Congo and, you know, we struggled against Ghana and it's like that. Do you know what I mean? And that's it, with all due respect, you know, if you go out there and you beat a big team and one of the big nations, the momentum that you get from that is unbelievable. You know, it's what France do every single World Cup. They beat big teams, you know, at the end of the day. And you know, they don't worry about who they're going to play. Should we come second so we play a lesser team? You know what I mean? And yeah, Algeria are disgraceful in that regard. Absolutely. I saw it. Obviously I didn't do the watch along. But I saw fans celebrating when Algerian fans celebrating when Austria equalized. Header over the bar from Canada. Yeah, it was a bit of a weak header in the end, but it's a couple of it's a poor header, to be honest with you, isn't it? It just bounced off his head, to be fair, you know. Iran missed a penalty to win, so it doesn't matter if they missed a penalty. At the end of the day, it was a goal and it was not offside. And did you see the Belgian game? That was not offside. And I'm going to be honest with you. So what if they missed a penalty, Beef Bully? You know, so what? You can't. Do you think it's fair that teams like Algeria get slapped up and teams like that and they lose games and they go through, whereas a team that hasn't lost a game doesn't go through? It's not fair, mate. It's a low IQ to think that just because he missed a penalty doesn't mean that, you know, they were the worst team. You know, they didn't lose a game, you know. All we ask is an even playing field for teams with fair, exactly, yes, and VAR being used to correct obvious mistakes. That's all I care about, Gregory. I always say before a game, especially in the World Cup, may the best team win. May the best team win. May the fair team win. May the game be fair. May the game be, integrity within the game. And that's all we'll always say, you know, at the end of the day. And that's how sports should be. And I think that sports moved away from that. Do you know what I mean? Richard, America and FIFA got what they wanted and cheated Iran out of the tournament. So disgraceful. I agree, Richard. I agree with Richard here. I think they didn't want them in the tournament. I think it would have been embarrassing for America for Iran to qualify, especially the fact that they've made it incredibly difficult for Iran, you know, in regards to leaving on the day, going to the game on the day and leaving on the day. They had to get a flight. They arrived in Tijuana in Mexico at 4 a.m. after the game. You know, they made it very difficult for them. And politics should never be a part of football. And I've always said this, and football is the great unifier. And you know, some people don't understand it. They don't understand, and a lot of Americans are starting to understand it now. The unification, you know, in regards to how unity in football, it brings people together. That's how it should be, you know. And the politics should have been forgotten about, and they just wanted them out because if Iran went through, guys, it took them. I don't know if you flip back to the Belgium game against Iran. How long did it take Belgium that replay? A chance? Oh, it's saved. It's a chance for. It's another chance. It's good. No, he still hasn't scored. Oh my goodness me! Canada should be 1-0 up here. They should be 1-0 up. For the corner came in. It was a scrap in the box. Limbs. South Africa did very well to defend that. Congratulations. My goodness me. Goalkeeper done phenomenally well. Williams, guys, made a fantastic save in the middle of that, but there were so many. It was off the line. It was actually off the line. There had a few chances there. Buchanan had another chance for Canada. It was just, it was a number 6 there who cleared it off the line. Well played, guys. Well played. Goodness me. That was a good clearance, to be honest with you, from the number 6, Modiba. Modiba made the clear, unbelievable. And then the Canada players are getting in their way. Do you know what I mean? So I have a feeling Senegal will win. Who they play in the next round? Senegal. Guys, look, what I would say, I'm going to be honest. I think Senegal will win as well. I think Senegal will win as well, and I hope they do. I hope they do. I prefer Senegal, Nicky, than Belgium, but anyone who beats France is going to win the World Cup. France, and look, I have to take my hat off to France because that's going to be a penalty. They're asking for a penalty in Canada. They're going for VAR. That's going to be a penalty. That is, I saw that straight away. 3 minutes of added time. Yeah, that was an awful challenge. It was the Villarreal player who's been fouled, Alawasei, who's been fouled. No, I don't know. It's a little bit soft. I wouldn't give a penalty myself. I wouldn't give a penalty for that. That's too soft. I can't judge it. Like, he won. He got a touch on the ball. He got a touch on the ball. It's no penalty. No. No penalty. Sorry, no penalty. He got a touch on the ball there. No penalties. Well, they're play acting. It was Laria. Sorry, who was fouled. Apparently, it was play acting. No penalty. Ridiculous. Trying to dive. What are you doing? Come on. I feel World Cup should be used where it used to be. Now small teams have no chance. Yeah. Well, you come third in the group now to qualify, so they've got a chance. So if you don't qualify from these groups, before it's the top two, and before there were 32 teams of world class order, you would never get South Africa against Canada in 1998. They'll be long gone. Trust me, they won't even qualify. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you wouldn't get that. So small teams do get an opportunity now. I would say it's the opposite. Before they wouldn't even compete. They wouldn't even be in the tournament. That's the thing. They would have been out. South Africa would have been out. Last game. They would have been out, innit? They wouldn't be playing this last 32 tie. They'd came third in the group. Oh my days, Messi versus Ronaldo fighter would have a lot of PR being pushed, tickets for such a game. This is what they're after, man. Listen, I don't trust FIFA, mate. I don't trust FIFA. I've been saying this for ages. I don't trust them. I know what they're like. I know what they're doing. I can foresee this scenario unraveling before my eyes. I said it before the tournament. I said, look at that draw. I said, and I was saying to myself back then, but I didn't want to talk about it. But I was saying back then, what if they're trying to make a Ronaldo versus Messi final? What if they're trying to do that? And obviously, time will tell. Time will tell. Another dive for Canada. Obviously, time will tell. Let's wait and see. Portugal got to beat Croatia. I think they will. I wasn't impressed with Croatia. England dismantled them quite easily. Yeah. But let's wait and see. Prove me wrong. All respect to Mahrez. He said that that is football. I saw the ball front of me. Would you expect me to miss it? But at the end of the day, look, fair play. It just seemed like they're playing out for a draw. Well, definitely Algeria. Well, Algeria trying to avoid Spain. That was it. I saw the fans celebrating an equalizer. It's halftime, guys. 0-0 in this last 32 game between South Africa and Canada. There's a lot of anger in the Canada team. They think they should have a penalty. I don't think so. I don't think there should be a penalty there. No, I don't think it's clear enough to be given a penalty in the last 32 tie. I think a penalty should be given when it's clear, obvious foul. There's been no foul there. So I don't know what they're complaining about. Get on with the game. Yeah. Do it, Beef Bully, and you can thank me for it. You can give me half of your winnings. Big up. VAR costs a lot of teams trophies or entry to the prestigious events, and that's not fair at all. VAR is VAR. It's not VAR. VAR didn't cost anyone. Kieran, no VAR cost anyone. Human being cost people. The technology doesn't make the decisions. The human being makes the decisions. Like we say in the Premier League, it's nothing to do with VAR. VAR is not the problem. Technology is great. It's the people that run the technology is the problem. That's what I would say. It's nothing to do with VAR and the technology, because that's like blaming a Ferrari when your grandma's driving a Ferrari. You know what I mean? It depends who's on it, in it, or driving it. It wasn't meant to be this trip down to the South African end. Big up. The South African goalkeeper has been decent in this tournament. Mandem, he has, that. I said, Mandem, I like the centre backs I like Mbakazi. No, what's this player? There's three players I like from South Africa, right? Mbakazi, centre back, Ocon, and Mofokeng, the attacking midfielder. So Mbakazi is 22 years old. No, 20 years old. Ocon's 22. I think like that. I think I've got it the right way around. Yeah. So 22-year-old is Ocon, and Mbakazi's 20-year-old. Right, those two players there, the centre backs, them. Right, those two centre backs for me. I've said it. I said it at the AFCON. I said it. They're good. And I said at the beginning of the tournament before they played Mexico, I said, you know what? Watch out for the centre backs of South Africa. Watch out for them. And I said it. And lo and behold, yeah. And obviously Mofokeng, he hasn't had a good game today, Mofokeng, but I'm a big fan of his as well. He plays for Orlando Pirates, 21-year-old. And look, guys, as I said, like, what's it going to hurt Manchester United, right? Going to, like, for example, Chicago and saying, how much for Mbakazi, the centre-back, 20-year-old? You know what I mean? Left-sided centre-back. Or even going after Ocon, who plays for Hanover, you know what I mean, in Germany, 22-year-old. How's it going to hurt Man United doing that? And they're going to get, they'll get bargains as well. They'll get the bargains and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. It's clearly a penalty, but not given. I'm not sure. It's a bit soft. So, 94, there was a third place finish. Italy got through on third. Yeah, because they were the best third place team, but there was only one or two teams, not the 8. There were one or two teams, because you have to bear in mind context. That's fair, because then you were the overriding best third place team. So it's not like the 8 go through. It's the best third team go through. And who got to the World Cup final? Italy, And all due respect, Italy are proper heritage football team. They've won four World Cups. You know what I mean? Diabolical creating a messy. Yeah, it will be, guys. If I'm right, guys, you trust me. I've said this before the tournament. They're trying to make a Messi Ronaldo final. That's what they're trying to do. Absolutely. The offside rule should change so it's easier for the attackers. This small part of the foot count offside. Now, what I said, Hussein, is that I don't get offside. And I'll tell you why I don't get offside. Because you can get discriminated if you have a size 9 or size 5 foot. So basically, if you have a size 9 foot, you could be offside. But if you have a size 5 foot, you'd be onside. Doesn't make sense. But they're changing the rules. They are saying daylight between the two players now, isn't it? But where do you draw the line? This is the thing, isn't it? Where do you draw the line between that? Where do you draw the line between what is and what isn't? It's difficult to say. Maybe just scrap the offside. I don't know. Maybe they could. They will advertise it as the last dance. Yes, Hussein, they would. And if they do that, as well as I do, it's a setup, in it. 980 Algeria, Austria game, rigged game. Yeah, I remember that. Yes, I do remember that. Chelsea are on the mad one. They sent an 8 million bid for Xhaka. Saw it earlier. I couldn't believe it. Xhaka's not a bad shout. However, I think it's a stupid signing, because I think Xhaka's not been performing like Xhaka's at where he should be right now. He's at Sunderland. That's where he should be right now. He's not an elite player anymore, in my opinion. I'll be honest. And they're a bit desperate, Chelsea. You know what I mean? I'm not going to worry about Chelsea if they're purchasing players like Xhaka. However, they're doing business. What are we doing? Wouldn't Xhaka be a good signing, though? Look, for example, as a backup player or something like a squad player, he's a squad player for me. And I think that's what Chelsea are signing him for, a squad player, a bit of experience and stuff like that. But at least they're doing business. Do you know what I mean, man? At least they're getting things sorted out, and they're trying to fix their squad and stuff. Yan Diomande wants to join PSG and not Liverpool sell. Yeah, I think he's a little bit. I think he's a good player. I think he's a little bit overhyped in regards to his price. Now, what people don't understand, guys, I don't think people quite understand this. You can call a player overrated, right? Basically, you could call him overrated. Doesn't mean they're rubbish. Basically, overrated could mean he's a £100 million player, but he's not a £100 million player. He's a £60 million player, but he's good, but he's overrated. That's what overrated is. Some people think when you say overrated, they're not a good player and they're rubbish. No. For example, Julian Alvarez, who plays for Atletico Madrid, who's been linked to Barcelona and a little bit linked to Man United. 150 million euros for Julian Alvarez is overrated. That's overrated. That's overrating your player. That's overpriced, overrated. He is a 60, 70 million player at best, right? And this is what people don't quite understand. They think that it's an absolute, he's overrated. It means he's rubbish. You don't rate him and da. And this is what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? And with Yan Diomande, PSG are looking for a left winger. They've got Kvaratskhelia. I don't know how they're going to work that one out, Richard. They got on the left-hand side, they got Kvaratskhelia. He's the best left winger in the world. Kvaratskhelia, in my opinion, right? I don't see why they would want to sign Yan Diomande. I mean, I don't get it because Kvaratskhelia is better unless he's leaving. I don't care how we win. I just want Canada to win. Football is a cruel game, and if you don't score, you can't win. Go Canada! Big up yourself. It's 0-0, Marcus. At the moment, you never know. Both a very, very competitive game. I would say that, but I know you want to win. Yeah, you know, it's up in the air, isn't it? You got to try and win the game. I mean, as I said, 2-1 to Canada before the game, but you never know. It's a tough game. Might even go to extra time. God, my bloody hell, I forgot about that. Of course, it's all extra time now. Oh, the offside rule is annoying. I respect it. It's part of the game, but it's so tiresome at times. I don't think you can in football. Can I just be honest with you guys? I don't believe you could be 100% certain of any decision in regards to offside. You know, I don't think you should. You know, at the end of the day, I don't care who it's reported by, Richard. Really, I don't care. Ornstein, Romano, I don't care. People knock one out to them. Like every time it's reported by them, people think that, oh my God, it's the gospel. I said I don't understand why a PSG would sign him. I don't care about Ornstein or Romano, to be honest. You reported it. I don't care. I really don't care about them. You know, at the end of the day, I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm making a point that why would PSG want to sign Yan Diomande when they got the Kvaratskhelia there? Is he going to be on the bench? Because that's what he would be. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you know, so yeah, I don't say it. Well, he might go to a PSG. I'm not saying he won't, but I don't really care. Lots of people like to mention him like it's some sort of religious thing. Oh, Romano and Ornstein reported. So he gets a flying F about them, to be honest with you. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't care. You know what I mean? Guys, that's absolutely, you know, absolutely. I don't care. Guys. King Solo, what you talking about, mate? What are you on about? I'm buying viewers. What are you on about, mate? Go and F yourself, mate, and stop coming onto my channel with that nonsense. Because at the end of the day, guys, apparently we're all fake. Apparently we're all fake. King Solo says we're all fake in the stream, guys. Tell Gregory, Richard, and thousands of people watching me every single day. Look at that and look at the statistics, man, and analytics, and learn your history. Football journalists are more clickbait. Yes, sort of thing, Richard. Exactly that. They're clickbait merchants. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're clickbait merchants. King Solo, can I just say something? You know what? I know that you want to get a shout out from Nuruddin or whatever it is. And fair play to Nuruddin. I have nothing against him. But, you know, if you want to come and try and slander my channel and start talking nonsense like that, I have a partnership with YouTube. If anything is fake on this channel, I will be deleted, mate. Let me just tell you that right now, right? YouTube works on algorithms. YouTube works on IP addresses and things like that. I don't think you quite understand the brain complexity about things, right? If you want to come on my thing, look, listen, let me just introduce you to King Sobo, right? He comes on people's channel begging for raids on his favorite person, Nuruddin. Fair play to Nuruddin, nothing against him. Because I called him out, right? I called him out. He's coming on my channel, right? And trying to slander this channel, right? One more, King Sobo, you'll be blocked from this channel. Listen, you will be blocked from this channel, right? At the end of the day, just because I've been around 1 year and I get more than your favorite YouTuber, more views, more everything, you're hating, right? At the end of the day. and you're just hating. Let me just say something. You're a loser, mate. I'll be honest with you. You're a loser, right? At the end of the day, you know, this community here are all real, mate. I'm not claiming to be anything. I'm not claiming to be anything. But if you're jealous of me, right, on my stream, if you're jealous of my community, listen, build up, be better at the end of the day, because your favorite YouTuber is not as up here inclined, hasn't gone nowhere near to what I've done in music and what I've done in life in general. So I just want you to understand that your favorite YouTuber, fair play to him, he's doing his thing. But don't come on here and disrespect my community, mate. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to put your name up. This is irrelevant. Nobody cares. Your probably own father doesn't care who you are. So I'm not going to come up and say it, all right? So please don't come on this channel, with all due respect, and start making false rumors, you know, at the end of the day, about my channel and about my community. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. United need to fix the midfield and back line before touching the front line. Yes, build back to go forward. I agree, Gregory. Yes, I think the midfield needs to be sorted out. Absolutely. And I think it would be, you know, I think the midfield, the fullbacks need to be done before anything else. I agree, Gregory, 100%. He doesn't have one, mate. He begs Nuruddin for liked. He wants to be liked. So Nuruddin wants to like him. Look, listen, I've been on Saeed's channel. I know Nuruddin. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And I have nothing against them, but I don't need to beg them and give them raids. You know what I mean? Beg for raids, mate. You know? Absolutely. Absolutely. Do you know that listen, absolutely. What you told channel? I've got 16 people online, mate, for over an hour and 303 views, 3 hours to watch along. No, nothing against your channel. All I'm asking is that how come you have 300 viewers? Which video do I have 300 viewers and I have 300 on? Show me. Evidently. Show me which one. Please show me. Show me how I have 300 viewers. Go on, show me. You do know that views can be delayed on YouTube. You do know that it gets checked sometimes. You do understand that, right? You do understand about YouTube, King Solo. King Solo, let me just say, with due respect, mate, before you get blocked, right, please stop spreading fake rumors on my channel. If your boy is not getting views, don't blame me. If you're begging me for, how comes I can give you a raid like I did the other day and hundreds of people went to Nuruddin's channel straight away? Is that fake, mate? I mean, I think you just need to calm yourself down. No, I mean, and just show a little bit of respect to this community. Absolutely. Mandem, people have really started to question for a bit showing the reports of Fernandes have been fraudulent. Also, why is it that in the last 2 days, these reports are now shifting to say United are ahead with the deal? It's just all, Mandem, I'm tired of it. I'll be honest with you. I am tired of it. I agree, mate. I'm tired of it. I'm fed up with it. And I just fed up with people mentioning their names now, mate. You know what I mean? I'll be honest. I'm fed up with people mentioning their names. I'm fed up with people, you know, just fabricating things for likes and clicks. Do you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. After the injury, after the Ugarte injury, do you see United definitely sign? No, Richard. And you know what? We should still, Richard. We should still. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. You know, this is exactly what you're talking about, you know. You know, this is exactly what I'm talking about. King Sobo, can I just say something to you? I will come on this channel and help every single YouTuber. I got love for Nuruddin. I got love for Saeed. I've been on Saeed's channel numerous times. You know how long I've known those guys? Nearly 10 years, right? Let me just say that, number one. I don't do that sort of thing because my channel will get deleted, mate. Wallahi, right? That's it. Right? I don't do that sort of thing. So don't come on this channel. I don't get nowhere near thingy, but that I don't know what video you're talking about because most of my videos get around the same, you know. But if I was to put a raid, like let's say tomorrow morning, King Solo, let's say your boy is online tomorrow, I would do a raid for you. See how many people go to there. That's fake then, isn't it? No, should I do that for you tomorrow? You know? After the Ugarte injury, do you see United definitely signing 3 midfielders this summer? No, Richard, I don't. And this is a disgrace. I'll be honest with you. This is where it's a disgrace, mate. You know what I mean? We're going to use that as an excuse, bruv. We're going to use that as an excuse. And that is the thing that annoys me because that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. We're going to use it as an excuse, you know? Guys, yeah. Yeah. If I wanted to, guys, let me just say something. No worries, King Silver. Let me just say something about me, right? You don't know this. I was in the music industry for 20 years. I have millions of views across the line before football even came into it. You just type Reds, R-E-D-Z-Z, it's there. I've been on TV. I've been on national TV. My artist has been on MTV and that. I've got millions of views across the net, mate. I know all about YouTube and stuff like that. I know all about all this stuff and that. I come on YouTube to talk about football. I don't come in here for fame. I don't come here for clicks. I don't come here for likes. I come here to talk about my football club, Manchester United. That's what I come on here to do. So, okay, I switch on my computer. I talk to my community, and that's what I do, right? Nothing sinister. I wish everyone the best of luck. But your boy, I know very well, he follows me on Twitter. We've spoken before. I've been on Saeed's channel numerous amounts of times, like I said. And yeah, look, just, be cool, man. It's nothing. No, at the end of the day, saying things like that can harm my channel. At the end of it, I know all about you. I was on YouTube before all of these guys, mate. Before Mark Goldbridge. Before these guys, I was on there doing music, working with 50 Cent and people like that. You can look at it yourself if you want. I'll be doing big things, mate. I don't need to justify anything by fabrication and things like that. Absolutely not. Unless someone wants to slander my channel. And that's what I did at the end of the day. But yeah, I know what shadow band is. I've had videos deleted. I know how it works. Guys, if you on YouTube, right? But I forgive you, it's no problem, right? At the end of it. King Sobo, apologies if I come across rude, but I'm just saying, like, I would never do that sort of thing. But let me just say something about YouTube. If you went online and you had 1,000 viewers, right? And then your video had 500 views, right? The algorithms will pick that up. I will share the analytics with you if you want, and I'll show you my analytics of the people viewing and where they come from, right? YouTube is so strict. You get paid for YouTube, by the way. It's so strict. I mean, it's so strict. And Nuruddin will tell you that. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, and Nuruddin deserves all the success. He's been in the game a long, long time. And he deserves all the success. I've been watching him since 2018. Myself, I've been watching him 17, 18. So I've got respect. It's hard game, mate. At the end of the day, I'm not here to, guys. I don't know what he means by that. Why did he get shadow banned, King Sobo? Do you know? I don't think it was views, mate. Why did he get shadow banned? That's the question. And then I cannot try and answer it. I don't know why. Was it the Palestine thing? I don't know. And obviously, what's wrong with that? You standing up for human rights. That's terrible. At the end of the day, what can't you can't, it's not about a political movement. It's about being a human being. I don't understand why you would get shadow banned for that. You know what I mean? I don't get it. Mandem, I wasn't going to get anywhere going with this. Now he seems like changed it. No problem. It's fine. It's fine. And Congo, our country's oppressed. Well, what I would say is that, I always say peace to the world, at the end of the day. May the oppressed be unoppressed and things like that. Unfortunately, we live in a world where the truth gets you hated, and that's it. At the end of the day, I would urge him to go up to YouTube and say that, try and email them and that. But I know how Nuruddin is. Nuruddin's the sort of guy that won't care. He doesn't care about shadow band and all that. I know him. He's going to get the best King Sobo. I will give him a raid whenever I give him a raid. Whenever he's online, I'll give him it. My point last time was the fact that a lot of people came up to me and said, where is he? I went onto his channel and there was no one there. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's a mistake, but don't worry about it. I'll do it again. I will give anyone. I will support anyone in this community. So let me say, King, one thing I would say to you, right? It's difficult game. It's very difficult for all of us. You know what I mean? When there's elitists in this game already, squashing us lot down and trying to get. So when we're trying to all outcome, we're all on the same page. And when we're all trying to get there, we're all trying, we support each other. I support Don Hussam. I'm not a Liverpool fan, but I got love for Don Hussam. I got love for Saeed and people that give me a platform, and people support me. That which Saeed has done, which obviously Tussam has done. That no matter who they support, no matter what, I will give them the support, and that's what I do. Especially Man United brothers. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. That's why comprehension is key. You could have explained yourself well at the first. You were sounding like a joke. Yeah. Never mind. Breaking Dawn is my bread and butter. Breaking Dawn in the morning, I have 1,000 a day to 2,000 people who watch it a day. Some people watch it afterwards. I have about 200 people online initially, but people can come in and out, of course. And that is my bread and butter. And, that's nowhere near what some of the elite channels get, of course. Free kick, is that a foul for South Africa? Free kick. But I have nothing against King, so it is what it is, man. But I don't come in here and like this sort of thing, I'm just here to just talk about football, mate. I swear. Can I tell you something, guys? Let me tell you something I learned about YouTube, right? YouTube is a big place, right? You're always going to get somebody who's getting more. You're going to get somebody who's getting less. You're going to get this and that. Because whilst I'm doing this watch along for South Africa and Canada, thousands are doing the same thing. And that's what I would say. And I appreciate every little thing. Fabricated stuff doesn't help your channel. You know what gets your channel shadow banned? Exactly that. Fabrication gets your channel shadow banned. That's what happens as well. Because at the end of the day, your algorithms, let me tell you how YouTube works. It works in algorithms, right? YouTube picks up on bad algorithms. It picks up on fake algorithms, right? So the fake algorithms will take your video, not necessarily shadow ban, but and they'll take it from the list. So your video will go away from the list and it wouldn't be there anymore. So what's the point? You're better off having a few viewers now and basically going with it and growing day by day, subscriber per subscriber, than doing something fabricated. And that's what I would say. But big up. It's all good, man. It's all good, But one thing we know on this channel, we work very hard. We work very hard. I live in the UAE. I'm 3 hours ahead of the UK. I'm up at sometimes late at night doing watch-alongs, mate. So, yeah, we work hard, mate. And that's what it is. And not say other people work hard. We do work very hard on this channel. Absolutely. 51 minutes gone, guys. South Africa 0, Canada 0, guys. And it is... still very tightly poised. Here come South Africa there. South Africa done very well. I'm impressed. But this game, I cannot predict it at the moment. I'll be honest with you guys. 0-0. First goal is so important. Do you think a goal? Is this going to be nil? This is going to be extra time, isn't it, guys? Big up RBM. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. 2269. Long time no see. I remember you. Hey, Sal, how's match going tonight? Let's hope Canada gets some goals. It's looking so tight at the moment, RBM. It's looking like, it's going to be extra time and penalties at this rate, my friend. I'm looking at it right now and I'm thinking penalties. Straight away, when I'm watching this game, if I was a neutral, I'd be like, well, I am a neutral, but I'll be looking at penalties. I'll be like, penalties, that's straight away. This game doesn't look like anyone's going to come out and take the game by the scruff of the neck, as they say, you know what I mean? And try and win, you know what I mean? Yes. Big up everyone in the community. Big up the love and respect for everyone in the channel. Thank you so much, everyone who's supporting the channel. Really appreciate everyone so far. Guys, really appreciate you all. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today, of course. Guys, big up yourself, big up the community. Blessings to the community, of course. Absolutely. Free kick to South Africa. We got about 27 minutes to go. 37 minutes to go. My apologies. 37 minutes to go in this game. Still 0-0. Oh, good little nutmeg there. Good little play from South Africa. Nice little, this is beautiful. Lovely play. There on the right-hand side. Who was that? Was that a Polish? It's a yellow card for Saliba. Not the Saliba, but the Saliba plays for Canada in midfield. The number 20 there. I mean, he was absolutely. I mean, he done a couple of megs there, a couple of nutmegs there. Absolutely brilliant play there. It's Mudal, the right back, showing all sorts of skills there. He plays for Sundowns, 31-year-old. Yeah, showing all sorts of skills there. I have seen Saiti, but not Nuruddin. Does Nuruddin stream in English? Yes, Gregory, he does. He does. Yes. He's with Saeed. They're friends. They've been like friends for a long, long time. I don't know where they met, but they've been friends for a long, long time. What I would say about YouTube is like a family. Like it's very important that you support each other. I would say support because you're better with numbers than you are with anything else. Like some people come up to me and I tell people to tune into one of my YouTubers and then or my friends, right? And they say, well, I'm not tuning into him because he's a Liverpool supporter, or I'm not tuning in because he's an Arsenal supporter. It's not about that. This is the World Cup, right? We support each other, regardless of what teams we support each other because that's how it should be. Now we support each other because it's difficult, right? And you know, unity is power, and that's how you should be. Should always have this unification between you lot, and that and help each other out. And I know loads of big YouTubers who've got 60,000 subscribers, 70,000 subscribers who give me raids, who give me raids and stuff. And just because they're a Liverpool supporter or something like that doesn't mean that you say, oh, I'm not going to tune into them because they're a Liverpool fan. So can I just clarify something, right? Hate doesn't come into my vocabulary when I talk about football. Hate is a different word for me. Banter, disdain, dislike for the football club, yes. Hate is like a fake word people use, like hate along, for example. Like it's a banter word. It's not like hate. Real hate is real hate, isn't it? Some people tell me like, they hate, diss him because he hates on Man. There's no hate Man United. There's no hate in Man United. This is how it should be. A Liverpool fan should have a rivalry with Man United fan. I would get extremely worried, right, if a Liverpool fan came out and said, you know what, Man United are not a bad team, and blah, blah, blah. Where's the rivalry there? We're going to become snowflakes, guys. You need to have that rivalry there. You need to have that little bit of edge. Do you know what I mean? That's the great thing about football and stuff. You need to have that little bit of edge. You need to have that little bit of camaraderie, you know what I mean, between you two and the clubs and stuff like that. I mean, some people take it too far, you know what I mean? Some people say like, hate them. No, I don't hate anyone, man. Nah. I dislike them as a football club, and I hope we smash them in every single game. But I don't hate them, no, because my brother is a Liverpool fan. You guys, let me just say something. My younger brother's a Liverpool fan, right? So I hate my brother then. You know what I mean? Do I do that? I can't help him. I mean, he went down the wrong path. I can't help it with him. I can't save him now. It's too late, right? He's in his 30s. But I don't hate the club. Like, I don't hate them. No, I don't. It doesn't come into my vocabulary. I think there's far more important things in the world than hating someone because of a football team or hating a football team. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work out for me. I like to think in regards to football that concentrate on yourselves and that's it. Concentrate on yourselves. That's it. And just don't worry about other football teams. So, I mean, just we need to get the results ourselves and we worry about them another time. If they become our rivals and that, we worry about them another time. And that's what I would say. But absolutely not. No. Substitutions here for Bambito and Saliba have come off for Canada. And De Fogolares and Sugar has come on. So for Canada. So they've made a couple of changes here. They changed it up. They shuffled it again. We've got 32 minutes to go in this game. It's still 0-0 between the two sides, guys. Yeah, very, very interesting game. It's going to be like this bit like a chess match, this game, to be fair. You know what I mean? It's just that little bit of quality up front, I think, that both these teams are missing. I mean, this is not the best performance I've seen from Canada. I've watched them quite, I've watched them in this tournament, but I've been impressed with them, to be fair. But it's not the best performance I've seen from Canada, in all fairness, so far in the tournament. Maybe the nerves are getting to them. They're not playing in Canada today, playing in Los Angeles. It can home advantage does make a difference, doesn't it? You know what I mean? I mean, it was here we go. It's Canada on the left hand side. Cross comes in, and it's cleared away by South Africa again. Well defended by South Africa. And I'm telling you guys, South Africa's defense is solid, guys. And they got a 22-year-old and they got a 20-year-old in the team right now, guys. So I'm telling you right now, they're solid. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. And we should look at them. We should definitely look at some of their players. I don't know why United are not moving forth with that. At the end of the day, half an hour to go, guys. Is someone going to break the deadlock in this very, very tight encounter? It is a tight encounter, isn't it? It really is. Is someone going to break the deadlock? I hope so. Big up everyone in the stream. Thank you, everyone who's joining me. So let me a little bit about the substitutions. Luke Defogolores, who plays for Denda EH. So he's a substitute. He's a 20-year-old centre back, and he plays for FCV. FCV are a team in Belgium, guys. Not one of the most famous Belgian clubs, but they are from Belgium. In regards to Nico Sugur, who came on as well, he's a 22-year-old right back who plays for Hajduk Split. Of course, as we know, Hajduk Split play in Croatia. Of course, haven't heard much about Hajduk Split in many years. They used to be more of a successful football team. We should make an exception for Leeds fans, Sal. There's something vile about Leeds fans. No, but we don't. I have no hatred for Leeds fans. So Leeds has hatred for us. There's a difference, isn't it? You know what I mean? I don't have this because fans abroad don't understand, right? Not just abroad, but in UK as well. Some of them, they don't understand that it's not hate. Leeds bring it into hate. But Leeds are not like that with just Man United. You do know that. They're like that with Arsenal. They're like that with Liverpool. They're like that with everyone. They don't like anyone, Leeds. Let me just tell you that. I used to know a Leeds fan who used to say to me, they don't like anyone who plays in red. Nobody. Anyone who plays in red, we don't like them. But that's them, innit? Because they're uneducated. They're country bimbos. They're bumpkins, country bumpkins. They're the ones who are disadvantaged up there. But we don't care about Leeds. And we should not care about Leeds. I don't care about Leeds. Shot. Oh, it's a good strike there. Just wide there. That was just wide. My goodness me. Yeah, so what, Jude Gregory? At the end of the day, do you think a lion cares about the opinion of a sheep? No. We're Man United. We're the lion. They're the sheep. I don't care. That's the difference. I don't care what Leeds say. Who are Leeds? So what? There's many people hate me right now. I don't care about. You know what I mean? And many people would probably sit there right now looking at me, cursing me all day long. But I don't care. They're irrelevant to me. You know what I mean? I just care about my community. You know what I mean? And I just don't. I don't get it. Like at the end of the day, football is a sport, right? It's a sport, right? And banter and rivalry is one thing. Hatred is a different thing. Hatred is a different thing. It's completely different. You can use hate as a word, as a banter sort of word. For example, hate along, and all that. Yeah, but real hate. I understand real hate. I know what it means. You know what I mean? And for me, it's not like hatred and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely. You know. Big up everyone, guys. Thank you everyone who's joined me, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you could be as kind as well, guys. We need to move up these subscribers, guys. We need to get them up. Thank you everyone who's watching. You know. All right, guys. Here come Canada. Canada on the attack. It's a chance for Canada. Big chance. Great save. It's going to be a goal. No, great defending again from South Africa. It was a fantastic clearance from the number 14 there. A really, really good clearance there. Guys, what amazing clearance. Mpokasi again, guys. Do I ever miss? Do I miss? Mpokasi with a fantastic clearance. I've been saying Mpokasi. I've been saying Ocon. The centre backs for South Africa, guys. We need to look at those centre backs. I said it. We need to look at those centre backs. Those centre backs there for South Africa, honestly, 22 and 20 years old. Look what they're doing here, guys, in the World Cup. Come on, think about it. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know if we're alert to it. These, you know what I mean? Chance again and wide. Kieran, I think South Africa's going to score. You never know. It's very level at the moment. I tell you what, Manchester United have more of a rivalry release than with Newcastle. Yeah, yeah, Marcus, exactly that. That's how you talk. Look, but no, look, I don't care about any of those teams, Marcus. I'll be honest with you. I'll be real. I really don't care. I don't even think about them. I don't even give them the time of day. It's like what I've seen Man United achieve in my life, in 1 year is more than what they've achieved in their history combined, So I don't really worry about them and what they are and what they are. I've seen Newcastle come up against Man United and absolutely crumble. You know what I mean? Yeah, Marcus, Canada have missed some big opportunities here, mate. Not least the header in the first half. That was a big opportunity. But they're getting closer. They're getting closer. I can see this going to extra time. I mean, obviously, it does look that way. Does look like the way this could be going. It does look like this could be going to extra time. To be fair, the way things are going at the moment, we got a hydration break here, guys. We got a hydration break. A hydration break is coming up, or commercial break, as some people call it. It is a commercial break, isn't it? Really? Yeah. Big up everyone in the stream, though. Thanks everyone who's joined me. Really appreciate everyone, of course, guys, in the stream. Big up yourselves. I won't lie that both teams playing well, but if this goes Hunter to South Africa has a huge chance. When it goes to extra time, Kieran, you never know, man. It depends, isn't it? I don't like extra time. The reason I don't like extra time because I feel like a lot of teams these days they cancel each other out in extra time. They sort of accept penalties. I've seen that a lot, I've seen that a lot. Like two teams think, right, we're going to go for penalties, and I can actually see this is going to be decided by a goal or it's going to be a penalties. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be decided by one goal, but the next goal is crucial. It's crucial. United should shove up both South Africa defenders 10 million each. Yeah, well, it won't be 10 million when Man United come in from Gregory. It'd be double that to watch. You know what I mean? They'll go, ooh, yeah. Even if they're going for 20 million each, you know what I mean? I'll get one of them. I won't get both of them because we got obviously Aiden Heaven and then a Euro there. So we got very good young defense already. And I definitely bring in McCarthy or Ocon, one of them players, definitely. Sundown, I think McCarthy plays for Sundown, so he'll be a lot cheaper than Ocon because Ocon's playing in Hanover at 96 in Germany. So probably Hanover 96 will put a little bit more of a price on him. But, this is what scouting is all about, isn't it? And I've been saying this for a while now, in regards to the South African centre-backs. I've been saying this, you know what I mean? That they got good centre-backs and we should look at them, but not only good centre backs, they got good wingers as well. Good right back. You know what I mean? I would say definitely. This hydration break is jarring. Really wish we didn't have hydration breaks. They're so boring, man. They need to stop these hydration breaks, man. Especially like if the game goes to extra time and that, we got all these hydration breaks, man. We end up playing 20 minutes, bloody more football. It's just getting too much, man. Honest to God. It's just not football. This hydration break is not football, man. They need to cancel it. They should have canceled it midway through the tournament. They can tell. Guys, it's 21 degrees in Los Angeles. 21. It's hotter in England. Yeah, that's why we got Lenny Yoro and Aiden Heaven, Gregory. Right? And let's not forget, we still got Delict and Leacher still there at the end of the day. Let's not forget, I mentioned these players at the beginning of the tournament. I know all about these players, just repeating what I'm saying. Let's not forget that, we got Lenny Yoro and Aiden Heaven. They're not going to get games. So we have to remember that as well. And we've also got, Maguire, Leacher, and Delict. And Mazrui can play there too. So can Luke Shaw. All of them. We got a lot of defenders. Man United's problem is not defense. If Man United bring in a defender, it will be like to be squad player, basically go on loan. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And and that's what I would say. So don't forget about the Leacher. Don't forget about Aiden Heaven and Lenny Yoro. There's a thing we get obsessed as well. Yeah, it's definitely not hot though, is it, Gregory? It's hotter in London right now. It doesn't need a bloody hydration break. Cleared away. Foul for South Africa here. Nico Suga's got the substitute's got a yellow card. He's got a yellow card now. We got about 20 minutes to go, guys. Still 0-0. Still 0-0. One of these teams have got to score, man. Come on. Throw in for South Africa. It's a very, very scrappy, competitive game. 100%. But this is exactly what I said. Why is this game being played in Los Angeles? I guarantee you America won't be playing in Canada. You know what I mean? Where's America's next game? Let's have a look. San Francisco. There you go. See? They're not going to be playing in Canada or Mexico. That's for certain. Mexico. Let's see Mexico's next game. They're going to be playing in Mexico. Yeah. See, they're playing in Mexico. Why did Canada move to Los Angeles? Doesn't make any sense. Really doesn't. It really doesn't make any sense. This guy Seago is going to get a red card at this rate. If he's not careful, he's gonna get a red card. He's got to be careful there. Gregory, you don't know the meaning of hot. I live all year round in the heat. Today it hit nearly 50 degrees, mate. That is hot, mate. And I get that all year round. The coolest it gets in the winter here is 30. But there's no. I don't get all this heat business. I've been to Houston, Texas. It's all right. Heat. These people don't know the meaning of heat. Trust me. Anyway, here we go. Chance for South Africa. He's open on the left. He's got to find him. Cross comes in. Oh, it's a deep cross. Headed back. Is it a chance? He's got a chance here. It's a poor shot in the end for South Africa, but a good breakaway from South Africa there. They had an opportunity. Still 0-0. They had an opportunity there. Um, I think a lot of these people, I think America don't know the definition of heat. I think they're a little bit snowflakes, mate. I'm sorry, guys. I think they're snowflakes, man. Honestly, they think this is hot. Oh my god, my brother lives in New York. You know what I mean? And it's hotter in New York than it is fucking in those places, because of the city heat and stuff. Did you miss the year? I didn't find it hot at all, Gregory. And I went in the summer. Not this is hot. Where I am now is hot. You don't. I mean, you don't, unless you've been to the Middle East, you know what it's like. You don't know what hot is. You have no idea. Yeah. American hot, European hot, London hot. No. In London, they've closed the schools. They've closed the schools because it's 11 degrees. It's 35 degrees. 35. 35 is cool here in UAE. It's cool. That's the difference. I mean, I didn't find it humid. I didn't find it. I thought it was all right. It's nice weather. Houston. Yeah, it gets a bit sticky, but that's life. Chance. Oh, we're just wide by Canada. Yeah, it gets a bit sticky, but every city is like that. Every city, when you go to city, you go to New York, you go to London. When it's a city and it's summertime, it's always humid, and that's what you have to admit, you know. But it's I live in Abu Dhabi. It's a city as well, so it's got double that, but it's 46 sometimes, 47, 48. You know. Big up everyone, guys, for joining me today, of course, for this watch along. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. It's 35 degrees in London, right? It's hotter than America right now. And yeah, they wouldn't think about having, they're closing the schools from 35 degrees. It's not 11 degrees in Europe right now. Definitely not. No. Here it's 46, 47. You guys are just, oh, oh, but bless you lot. Bless you lot, little water breaks. Oh, oh God. Just me, man. No wonder your American football teams wear pads. It's not like rugby. You wouldn't be able to handle rugby. Here we go. It's there you go. Yeah. Dubai today was like really hot. My goodness me, really hot. I was in Dubai. Here comes Canada. Canada looking good at the moment. It's a chance of Canada. It's a good save. RBM. I come from a family. My mum supported Wimbledon. My dad supported Huddersfield, and my brother supported Liverpool. My younger brother supported Liverpool. My older brother supported Spurs. Yeah, it was pretty intense. Yeah, to say the least. It was such a mixture of emotions, right? Because I was raised. I was raised in sort of like the 90s in regards to when we used to live together. I haven't lived with my family for a while now. And obviously, Liverpool weren't that great back then. And so it was, I felt a little bit sorry for everyone, if you know what I mean, like Spurs, Liverpool, Huddersfield, and Wimbledon. I felt a little bit sorry for everyone because Man United was so successful when I was being raised with my family and stuff. Like, yeah, we had all the finals, we had all the trophies and things like that. Do you know what I mean? You know? Yeah. The only redeeming thing about this World Cup by the fans for everything else is garbage. The hydration breaks, the immigration, because of it, etc. It's mad, yeah, Marcus. Look, I do think that this World Cup is a little bit cautious. There's a lot of low block. It is a little bit boring. A lot of it. The hydration break makes it even more boring. And I just hope that they don't adopt this kind of thing in European football. That's all I can say, Marcus. Because it shouldn't be there. You know what I mean? It's just not football. It's 21 degrees should not equate to a hydration break. Leave water bottles on the side of the pitch. Have a drink of water. That's all you do. That's what they do everywhere else. At the end of the day. And if you're playing indoors as well, why do you need hydration breaks? I really don't get it. And it just adds too much time to the game. That's already a very long game, and for some people, it's finishing very late as well. And they don't need to do hydration break. 10 minutes of the game extra per game. You know. Big up everyone in the stream. UEFA already said no hydration break for you in 2028. Yeah, good. Good. No hydration breaks for me. No way, mate. It's just ruins the momentum. Football's a different game to other sports. People don't understand it. It's not baseball. It's not NFL. It's not tennis. It's a game that relies on its. It's a game that relies on its momentum and its speed. And when you continuously stop-start, it just goodness me, is. Can you imagine Arsenal with? Can you imagine watching Arsenal with hydration breaks? Imagine how boring that would be. My goodness me. Arsenal of hydration breaks. Oh, Sal, your siblings are made to a pool supporter. I can imagine the sticks I get. Yeah, it's just the way life works out. Sometimes life throws you curveballs, isn't it, Kieran? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just the way it is. Football should be 2 hours, yes. 15-minute break in between, 15 minutes before the game, 2 hours, yes. It shouldn't last longer than that. But it lasts longer than that. But it will last even longer if there's extra time in this game, because at the moment, this game is like watching a game of chess. And I haven't really seen anything. I've seen Canada getting into the game a little bit more. Here's a chance here. They're on the wing here. Nobody's joining in. That's what I mean. Everyone's scared to go forward. You got to take you got to take an opportunity. You got to take your chances. You got to be brave. That's what you have to be. Do you know what I mean? I would say you have to be brave here. I just don't think that they're brave enough. These teams, they're not going for it, and then you'll regret it if you don't go for it. Trust me, you're going to regret it if you don't go for it. You don't take your opportunity. You're going to regret it. Because this game is there for someone to take advantage. This game is there for someone to take advantage of the situation. Definitely, 100%. Long ball by South Africa. This is going to extra time, guys. I can see it. This is just an extra time game. I could have envisioned this from the beginning of the game, definitely. But if someone loses 1-0 now, if someone concedes a goal now, you know, this is what I'm talking about. This is why you've got to go for it. When the MLS was created, they had these stupid gimmicky things during the game, like hydration breaks and penalty shots where you have to run and go. Yeah, I remember that. Where you have to run from the halfway line and you have to run all the way to the goal. I mean, imagine doing extra time, right? Imagine playing 120 minutes of football and then you have to run from the middle of the pitch all the way. The problem is in America, right, is that they try to change what is already a great game. As they're trying to change it, you know, and whether it's the name, whether it's the play on field, the hydration breaks, the penalty shootout. Look, football's not perfect, but no sport is perfect, right? But one thing about sport and football is that it's a beautiful game. It's called a beautiful game for a reason. It's not going to be the beautiful game if there's hydration breaks in between and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Just accept the game for what it is, and just, you know, that's what I would say. You know, at the end of the day. Gregory, you know what I've been saying about extra time. I said a while ago, extra time should either be decreased or it should be scrapped altogether, because I just don't think teams generally in extra time, it is two teams who are cancel each other out. and don't want to lose. Good shot from South Africa. Good save from the keeper. There's a great strike there from a Polish. He got there and he struck it well. It just wasn't enough pace on it. Marcus, but who am I to say about the game? The game has been like this for 150 years. Do you know what I mean? So I'm no one to say anything at the end of the day. And I don't think anyone else is, you know. Um, the game is it's 150 years old. Exactly. It's accept the game for what it is. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. That's what they do all the time, mate. They try to do this all the time. You know what I mean? Trying to reinvent the wheel, trying to change it, trying to make things better when it doesn't. It just makes it worse. Like hydration breaks. If you're going to bring like one negative about the whole tournament, forget about the football, forget about all the politics, right? You'll say hydration breaks. You know, it's like the Venezuela, the Vuvuzelas in South Africa. You remember, boo? You remember that in the South African World Cup, and they had Vuvuzela, was it Vuvuzelas? And everyone was like, "Oh my goodness me, their noise! It's like so irritating, and stuff." And that's what people are. That's what that World Cup is remembered by. This World Cup, but at least a game in that. Reyners is coming on, guys, and Morimi is coming on for South Africa. Yeah, Vuvuzelas, that's the one, Marcus. Yeah, that's the one. But at least the game was flowing. The game wasn't stopping. You know what I mean? I know it's irritating, but the game wasn't stopping. The game was flowing. The game was kept going on. This one it stops the game, and it's just like it's a bit like we get annoyed, right? When Arsenal were doing it last season with fouls, when Arsenal would manufacture fouls and things like that, and it would get boring, because they kept starting the game. This is like even worse because you're stopping the game for 5 minutes, like an injury. Yeah, and then you get, and even then, guys, the extra time, the injury time, it's not accurate because they're adding 5 minutes on for hydration break. They're not adding enough time in regards to injuries and stoppage of the game. So they ended up adding them 6 minutes. So if you take away 5 minutes from the hydration, they're only technically adding 1 minute in it for proper injury time. So it doesn't make any sense, Oh, that's a yellow. That should be a yellow against Canada there. That was an awful challenge, guys. Yeah, corruption, but hydration breaks is corruption is corruption in any form. But hydration break is not good enough, mate. It's ruined the World Cup, in my opinion. I'll be honest, Greg. As a guy who's watched football 40 odd years, it's ruined the World Cup. The hydration breaks. It's ruined the vibe. It's ruined the momentum of the games, and I think it's really destroyed it. Corruption's been going on in football now for with Argentina. If it is Argentina against Portugal, then but I called it a long time ago. You know what I mean? However, that remains to be seen, doesn't it? What I do know is that Messi has got his easy run to the semi-final for now. That's what it is. And I saw that happening. I foresaw that happening. Yeah, big up everyone in the stream, guys. Smash those lights, guys. You could do that for me. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you, guys, for joining me today. I really appreciate it, of course. Big up everyone in the stream. Thanks everyone who's joining me. Yeah, it's not the most entertaining game in the world, to be honest with you. This is the site for not a site for. This is not a site for sore eyes. This is a really, really dull game, if I'm being honest. We got 2 minutes of normal time to go, guys, and we have to go through another 30 minutes. It's unbelievable. Chance for South Africa. Oh, come on, someone can win this game. Someone can win this game. It might be South Africa. It's a free kick to Canada. Guys, it's a free kick to Canada here. Yeah. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. Thank you so much. This looks like it's going to extra time. I said it, man. I said it. This is definitely going to extra time. I cannot see this not going to extra time. And it's going to be another 30 minutes of this. This. You know what the worst thing is, guys? You know what the worst thing I don't like about extra time, right? It's like, you get 2 periods of 15 minutes and it's 30 minutes. And then someone decides to score in the last minute of the game. I want penalties. If I go through extra time, I want penalties. I want penalties. If I go 120 minutes without a goal, I want penalties. That's what I deserve because it's entertaining. If you go and score in the 119th minute, I'm going to be fuming. And that has happened to me a few times. It's happened to me in the AFCON, and it's going to happen to me here. This is why some countries will continue to win the World Cup, because the smaller countries aren't used to these kind of games. And you can tell by the final third decision making from both teams. Yeah. Football is like, you need experience. You need this type of environment. It would take a while for a lot of these teams to get up to the level of other teams. Some of these teams in the tournament have played multiple tournaments. You know what I mean? Some players have played multiple tournaments. Some of these nations have not played World Cup football at all. Canada, I've not seen Canada in the World Cup in my life. You know? And there you go. For example, I've seen South Africa, a couple of times. They were not very great, but there are thing. Goal! Is it a goal, Nikki? Oh my goodness me! It must be Canada. What's going on? Is it a goal for Canada? I can't believe it, Marcus. You might be into one there. It is on the right hand side. Let me have a look. What a goal into the corner, guys! He scored. I can't believe it. Canada have won it. The number 7 here has scored for Canada. It is over now. They've done it. They've scored. I told you guys. Estequal has got the goal. Goal for Canada. And this is the end for South Africa, sadly. It does look like the end. This is what I'm talking about. You've got to be clinical. You've got to go for the game. Otherwise, you will lose. 1-0 to Canada. 1-0 to Canada. Big up, Nikki. Big up, Nikki. The Oracle, Nikki. Big up yourself. 1-0 to Canada. Wow, man. They've got a goal last minute. That's what I mean, man. You always leave yourself open to that sort of thing to happen. You know what I mean? If you don't score a goal, you know what I mean? Big up, Marcus. Nikki, RSA look so upset. Brush it off. Go for the equalizer. Go rush it off. Go for the equalizer. You know what I mean? Great goal. Great goal. Great goal. Fabulous goal. Great finish. Well, I did say Canada would look like the most likely to score in this game. I did say they're the ones who look mostly. Jesse Marsh is absolutely. They do look like the likely one. Now just got to go forward. Now, South Africa, they got 3 minutes. This is what I don't understand, guys. The injury time. There should be just 5 minutes added for hydration break. So where's the injury time? Can someone explain to me? Where's the injury time? 5 minutes for hydration. He's given 5 minutes injury time. He's given 5 minutes. Where's the injuries? You see what I mean? That is not right, is it? That's wrong. That's incorrect, isn't it? You know what I mean? But fair play to Canada. Look the most likely to score. They might even get a second here, guys. They saved us from extra time. They have saved us from extra time, guys. Japan against Brazil tomorrow, guys. Don't forget to join me for Japan against Brazil. Japan against Brazil, right, is going to be an entertaining game. Maybe famous last words. I just don't get the extra time thing, the injury time thing. So if you get 5 minutes for hydration, they're trying to tell me that there was no injury time. It's offside. It's looking good for Canada. They've got about a minute to go, guys. Guys, thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Gregory. Everyone who's joined me today. I really appreciate everyone in the stream. Everyone who's joined me for this stream. Appreciate you guys. Will it be Canada v USA sometime in this tournament? Maybe it's written that they're going to be Canada against USA. You know? The goal scorer, Marcus, the goal scorer for Canada. What's his name? Esther Quayal. Esther Quayal. He plays for LAFC in America. He plays in LA, so he's at home. So he's feeling right at home at the moment. I think he's on loan. I think he's on loan at the moment. There you go, guys. Can Bafana equalize? Heartbreak for them, the way they've conceded here. There's one extra minute, apparently. So there'll be 6 minutes, apparently. So long ball. Obviously, there was a goal. Chance for South Africa. Cleared away. This is what you've got to do from the beginning. It's what you got to do from the beginning. Canada looked more adventurous in the second half. They looked a little more likely to score. To your earlier comments, Sal, this is Canada's third World Cup, 86, 22, and 2026. First win for Canada. Came in World Cup, everything first. Was you in the 22 World Cup? Didn't notice. What happened in the 22 World Cup? Yeah, well, 86, I was young. I could just about remember 86. Just about vaguely remember. And even then I remember, you know what I remember? A cheat in Argentina. That's what I remember. I can vaguely remember that. But I can't remember them being in 2022. I'll be honest. I'll be real. I can't remember the 2022 results. Yeah, they probably were, but probably, they've done a lot better now. That's all I would say. Is this the best they've done? Last 16? This is the best they've done, isn't it? In World Cup history. Bloody hell. I didn't even notice they were it's a bit of a blur for me in regards to 1986. My goodness me. How old was I? Full time, guys. Canada are through. Congratulations to Canada. They're through to the next round. They're through to the last 16, guys. Fair play to Canada. A great goal from Esther Quayal has won it for them. Commiserations for South Africa, guys. They go out of the World Cup at the last 32 stage. To be honest with you guys, it was really tight. It was really tight, to be honest with you. But unfortunately for South Africa, they just didn't have the firepower and they couldn't score. In the second half, it looked like Canada were all over South Africa, and they looked like the most likely to score, sadly. But, unlucky to South Africa. They did well. They got to the last 16. Congratulations for that. They got to the last 32. Congratulations for that. Congratulations for a good tournament. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. And, it's Canada that go through. Some may say deservingly. I thought it was a very even game for much of that. Obviously, now we're going to get into the last 16. Now we're going to start getting into some games that are going to be extremely difficult. It's going to start getting difficult after the last 16. But congratulations to Canada, guys. North America, we did our part. USA and Mexico, you're next. Absolutely. Well done to you, guys. I said that the World Cup won't open up until the last 16 when proper games start coming up, of course. Look, at the end of the day, this last 32 is going to draw up no real surprises for me. I think there's going to be the teams that are expected to go through will go through. I expected Canada to go through. I did say 2-1. They did win 1-0 by one goal. I did say that I expect Brazil to go through. I expect all the teams that are expected to go through in the games to go through. You know what I mean? But congratulations to Canada. They've got the best performance that they've ever had in the World Cup, and you have to show love to that. Absolutely. Not the best game in the world, though. That was an absolute ball fest, I'll be honest with you. But, unlucky, guys. Unlucky to Canada, to South Africa. Got there to the last 32, and that's what they did. They did well, and they'll be happy with that, I think. Obviously, they'll feel a little bit frustrated at the way they conceded the goal last 92 minutes. They're going to be frustrated, but that's football, unfortunately, at the end of the day. Have you seen Norway reels them dancing in the street? Yeah, lovely. I've seen it. It's lovely. It's great atmosphere in Norway. I've seen a lot of the content creators getting involved. I've seen, obviously, what's his name? The actor. impersonating Haaland. Of course, what's his name? I've forgotten his name. The guy from Magic Mike. Forgotten his name. Channing Tatum. He's reenacting. But you know where that come from? It didn't come from Norway. Iceland did that first. Iceland did that in the European Championships way back when. Iceland did that. 2016, I think it was. Iceland did that. They were doing the rowing boat thing. Jesse March is acting like a superhero now, like he had a tactical master plan. He's just, look at him. No wonder he got sacked from Leeds. Come on, man. Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso, mate. Mate, you beat South Africa. Move on. Goodness me. You got to play a team, mate. I'm waiting for them to actually play a team. I'm waiting for the USA and Canada to play a proper football team, to be fair. No disrespect, but I am. Guys, best of luck to both of them. We are back tomorrow for Breaking Dawn, of course. I'm back in the evening as well, of course, for, greatness wasn't built on shortcuts. Greatness wasn't built on comfort zones. It wasn't. Big up, Rob. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Greatness wasn't built on comfort zones. Greatness wasn't built on shortcuts. No. In any field in life, I would say that greatness wasn't built on thing. You know what I mean? Absolutely. But yeah, it is huge. But I expected you to go through that group. If you didn't get through that group, God help you. You got players who play in Germany and Bayern Munich and players like that. You know, South Africa got players who play for bloody Sundowns and that, Marcus. South Africa coach was bought. What do you mean? English people saying they can't decide whether to be Scottish or Norwegian. I'm Norwegian, mate. I'm Norwegian. No. Listen, I will speak Norwegian. I would support Norway, Sweden, Germany, Italy, France, Portugal before I support Scotland. I don't care less about Scotland. Honestly, I'll be honest, because they're ungrateful. They're ungrateful. Every single one of their best players English. He's born in England. Like, they just need to hold that and get out the tournament. That's what they need to do. Well done on having a few beers and wearing a skirt. Well done. That's great. Good for you. Big up, Nikki. What's the name UAE? What time is the UAE for the 2 a.m. matches? In the UAE, 5. This is the time now. 1 a.m. That's time now. 5 a.m. for the 2 a.m. matches. Neil, he didn't make the right sub, Sal, from the Mexico game and started 8 defenders. Yeah, look, I do think that Canada didn't play well today. And I felt that South Africa had an opportunity to do better. You know what I mean? You know, plays Reyners hasn't really played with the team before due to his lack of cohesion. They lost the battle in the front. Yeah, not clinical enough. Football's won at the front, isn't it? I mean, obviously good defense, but you need to score goals. And I just didn't see that South Africa really doing enough in regards to the final third. Canada should have had 2 goals in the first half. You know, they missed some chances. Let's be real. You know, they missed some chances. They should have been well clear in the first half. Absolutely. Do you know what I mean? And but it is what it is. That's football. The rest is history, isn't it, guys? Guys, I want to thank everyone. I'm on my way now. Obviously, I have to get up in the morning. I have to do Breaking Dawn. So I want to say thank you, everyone who's joined me today. Appreciate you. Congratulations to Canada, guys. And I'll see you in the last 16 with England, of course. And also South Africa. Commiserations. And well played for getting out of the group and showing character to get out of the group. It's not easy to get out of the group. Lots of teams haven't. You know what I mean? So be proud of yourself and don't worry about it. You'll be back. All right? So enjoy it. Have a great evening, guys. Don't stress too much. And I'll see you tomorrow morning for Breaking Dawn. Have a good one. Take it easy. Peace.